much more than just taking this WordPress site from idea to impact. There is an entire business structure, infrastructure, people, processes that you need to hit the next level. We want to give you those. We want to help you find them. So come to ITT number 57 this Saturday. And folks, be sure that you pitch. Sign up to pitch on the website. We would love to have you. There's two things that you need open right now. You're all familiar with this. We're on week number 4, but don't forget that we are live here in the X space. This is the two-way audio. If you have any questions, you can write them in on the ITT website or come over here to X, request a mic, come up on stage and talk with us. You will be part of the recording. So you need the X space open in whatever form. You also need the Innovators Think Tank website. If you have those, you have all the resources that you need for today. I think that is that. Don't forget to connect with other folks who are in the room right now. I think a lot of you already know each other pretty well, but I think a lot of you would find it worthwhile to connect. Follow each other, start those DMs. Remember, connection's the precursor to collaboration. And if collaboration's the new currency, let's start connecting. So folks, let's dive into week number 4 of this Build a WordPress Site from Idea to Impact series. I'm going to go ahead and pass this on over to Sarah so she can share a couple notes. We're going to be good on time tonight. We're going to let everybody end early and get some good sleep and all that good stuff. But let's get a couple intros out of the way and dive right in. Sarah, I'll give you the mic, and then we'll go over to Ross and the crew to get going.
Well, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday night. I hope that everybody can hear me. Audio has been iffy today. Excellent. Thank you, Josh. Welcome to Cash Money, Amatea and Luke. They're all working behind the scenes to make sure that we go on without a glitch. Tech and Schools, Ross, Nick, and Alisher, of course. They're almost like Santa's elves, they've got all sorts of stuff. For those of you that are in the room, please remember you also have to have your Slack channel open. Those are quick and easy getting answers to questions quickly. Of course, you can use the purple button, which I highly recommend also, just so our friends that are listening in on the recording can see those messages that are attached to this recording. That's always really special too. So as Josh alluded to, we have to get onto the Innovators Think Tank website where you can have the live stream. There are many different ways that you can see this class, but obviously we know this is week number 4, folks. So you have a phone for X, you have a laptop, you have multiple screens, whatever it is that you have found to work for you, go with it, right? Don't reinvent the wheel. This evening is going to be exciting because we're going to talk about plugins and some of the other things to kind of customize these websites and give them life. There is something to be said about any idea. You have this seed, this kernel, but then how do you put all the pieces into place to make it real, to make it tangible, to make it yours? When you're playing with templates, especially, sometimes, it's the business mindset. It's the entrepreneurial mindset that says, I want to play with all of the buttons and I want to make it mine. And if I want sparkly glitter here, then so be it. We understand that. And I know a lot of you have had to sit on your hands and then just seethe because you want to go and play with all of the buttons. As it is with some of these things, the C panel, etc., the trinkets and trash that we have gotten, the swag, which is the stuff we all get in our digital backpacks, it puts a little bit of bumpers in the bowling game that we're playing. For those of you that are out of the United States, just imagine a bowling alley with a giant bowling ball and a bunch of pins, and then they put things in the gutters on both sides so that you can't miss the pins. And there are some of us that can actually miss the pins. It takes great skill and talent, but those are games that robotics kids play, is that with the bumpers, don't hit any pins. And then, you get demoted for all of the pins that you knock down. These are the things that people do in the middle of the night around pizza and, well, sometimes beer. I don't drink it, but there it is. So at any rate, make sure you're logged in. This is a big deal. Make sure you have your bookmarked pages. Hopefully folks have been doing that, and hit the ground running. Ross, are you ready to introduce yourself to the classroom this evening? As always, too, one last thing. For those of you that this is a late night, and I always say this just because I'm interrupting Ross right now. Um, if it's a late night for you and your brain is mush, you're not doing yourself any favors, right? Go to bed, turn off, log off. It's okay. Thursday morning, we do have the postmortem. And as far as I know, there are no other um, engagements that the boys have on the other side. So we will be meeting at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and redoing everything, but in fast, rapid succession. So if something is just driving you bonkers and you just don't want to listen, or you are in the Peanuts cartoon where all of our voices are wah 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 wah, log off. It's okay. We understand it. There is also a replay that the boys put on in the Tech in Schools X feed where you can watch it at your leisure throughout the week. Just make sure that you're all caught up by next Wednesday. All right, I am down and done, and everything is good. Go ahead, Ross.
So we have a lot to do today, actually, guys. So a lot of people have been messaging me in Slack and in Twitter, and I want to cover some of it together with you all. So I worked with some people, and we were able to take pages, like specific pages, and like gate them to Stripe. And you guys are probably like, that sounds super interesting. And so they would have to get to the page, you have to pay. Once you pay, you're able to see the page, things like that. So I want to show you some plugins, some things that you're able to do. But I also want to make sure like we've got the login flow. So give me emoji if we're logged in. If you're still having an existential crisis, that's a problem. So who is logged in? Do emojis if you're logged in. Okay, so all two of you. I'm glad you're logged in. But if you didn't do an emoji, as long as you're like actually logged in, that's all that matters. And a lot of people ask me about pages, making custom pages, and saving and reusing pieces of a web page in other pages for future reference. And someone asked me about menus and can you make giant crazy menus? And yeah, you can. There are plugins for all of them. So what I want to do is before we continue, I want to open the floor up for questions. So come up and ask questions if you have any up to this point. Because up to this point, you should have some understanding of what's happening. And if you don't, this is where you want to come tell me. Also, if you missed like the first two classes and you're like confused, this is like a good spot because we're not doing the login flow because I assume everyone's logged in. So like, gives us a few minutes for questions. Come up, join as speaker. Artie, you don't got to raise your hand. You can just talk. How can I help you?
All right, so I have 3 pages created, and I have deleted the original homepage and another page. But if I go to view on my homepage, I have home, about, Dido, which are supposed to be there, and then I have another home and an uncategorized.
Yeah, so we're gonna actually cover how to fix that. If you're looking on stream, I mean, we covered it already, but if you look on stream, there's two things you got to look out for. First, it tells you in Divi theme options, and I'm doing this live. There's like some navigation items, so you can see. If I didn't want it to show, I would make an X. Once you do that, right, and then you finish that and you hit save, the second place is going to menus here. And this is all going to be on stream. So if you need me to go back, you can tell me. And then there's menus here. So if it's listed here, you want to remove it.
Okay, thank you.
That will fully let you control the menus. Jeff, question?
Yeah, actually, the only question I really had at the moment was trying to go through those headers that we made. I couldn't seem to figure out how to go in and make changes in the color or background image for the header. Everything else I'm good on. For some reason,
Have you looked?
Can't seem to quite suss it out.
Have you looked at any docs in Divi at all around the header and the customized header? Have you looked at any of that?
I hadn't actually found those docs, but I
Oh,
will
you
go
can
back
go
and
to-
look for that.
Well, you can go to Divi, like it's a website, and you can use the documentation as if you're a customer.
And we're gonna build a page from scratch today. You're gonna see how to change colors, how to change text. Because when you build the header, it's pretty much the same like building parts of a page. So you're gonna see that all those same functions exist in the header and the footer builder. So when we get to building a page from scratch, you'll see the settings for each module, where you'll be able to find the styling and add like a background image or a background color, maybe even a gradient.
And if you want to do specifically header stuff, you can look at the last live stream. We actually made custom headers. Changing colors in Divi and backgrounds, it's not that it's difficult. It's just in 3 sections. So on any given page, you have the container, then you have the actual layout. I can show you on stream. You can see, and they have colors, right? So the gray is the one. Gray traditionally means like the outer layer. So I'm going to show you the visual builder. So if you look at stream right now, it's kind of weird because I have this, right? See how it's loading up right now? So right now, Jeff, look at the stream. Do you see how right now?
Okay, there. Yeah, it just finally loaded up here.
Okay.
So
So if you look, there's like 3 layers. There's this stuff here. There's this box, and then there's this. If I want to change this background, I have to use the blue settings, and I have to go to background.
okay, I'm just not seeing where your mouse is moving, but that's okay.
So you just gotta when you're hovering over like your header template, like this is my header. If I want to change it,
Yeah.
I need to use the blue settings, not like the green settings or the gray settings. So in the stream, you can see there's 3.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah,
I
so
just
you need to use the one that's the outermost layer. So if the outermost, most likely section in your header, it'd be blue. And then when you click the gear, you're in this other section of settings, which contain the background color actually. So if I were to like change this, look, you see,
kinda.
you really got to spend time with it.
This is no. This is old hat. We don't need to be sitting here rehashing. I'll get it figured out.
No, I'm just showing you. It takes 5 seconds. It's no big deal. Anyone else have any questions? Anyone confused? Because we're going to be doing page stuff now and assuming you know what to do. So do we understand installing plugins from the plugin store? So that's what we're going to focus on. So how many of you guys are doing membership sites? Anybody? And how many of you want to sell stuff? Do an emoji if you want to sell stuff. Should we go over that? Okay, cool. Did you know, fun fact, if you have under 10 items, you can do what we're doing now and use this company for free? Like you don't have to pay them a dime. They're never going to come for you, and you get premium level support, even as a free user. So we're going to talk about that company and how we use them at TSI and how you can use them. So step 1 is we have to think about whatever we want to do. How do we do it? Do we build something from scratch? Do we get a crazy plugin? Today I took a risk with one of you guys that are not here right now or yet, but we installed 5 plugins that could potentially work. 4 of them did. 1 of them was great, and we used it. And I'm going to share with you that story today, so you can like get value from that story and know that you can use that plugin safely. Because I'm not your like beacon of what's safe. You know, I literally don't even know. I try. But you can just try them. If it crashes your stuff and things go kaboom, that's okay. You just delete it. So on this screen right here, if I want to sell stuff, there's two ways you can do it. If you have thousands of products and you don't want to pay anyone, you want it all local, there's something called WooCommerce. It has to be the biggest plugin in the world for WordPress. So many plugins literally make companies around this. Selling augmentations of it, whatever. It's free. You can use it. So I'm just gonna install it really quick. So I search WooCommerce, I hit install, I hit activate. That's first way. We're gonna learn about two different ways today. The next way is we're gonna do both of them because they both serve different purposes. If I can type, which I apparently cannot. So if you look at my screen, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, a lot of it. I want you to pay attention to this word. It's ecwid.com. And I'm going to explain why we're talking about this, what makes it important, and I'm not even shilling them because you're really not going to pay them unless you really are going to pay them, and then it's worth it. So it's less shill, more like a little cheat code when you're starting out, and it's like really easy to use and integrates perfectly with whatever you're building. So everyone go to this website and do a thumbs up if you're there. Because if I keep going and you're not on this site, it's you're gonna get confused.
Come on, folks, put those thumbs up. I'm looking at everybody down below. You want to make sure that we're all on the same page.
Why I like that? There's a few reasons, but mainly, the ability. Let me just sign in like with Google or something. But the big thing about this is that they allow you. Do I already have one? Is this like new? It's fake. I want to simulate new. So hang on, guys. I must have logged in as this person before. I want to really show you what it like looks like as a new person. Hang on. Okay. So you can go ahead and make an account or use Google or whatever. It doesn't matter how you do it. Once you're in though, it's gonna say like welcome, brand new. So this is what it sees. Who sees what I see? We're gonna play a game. Do you see what I see? Who sees what I see? Nobody? Guys. Anybody? Okay.
Ross, it's hard for folks to
I know,
switch
I'm
from
just
one to the other. And I'll tell you, they're all like, I can't move to the
No,
phone
but
fast enough.
guys, let me just tell you, come back and switch because I'm not moving until you say so. So this could take, 45 minutes or it could take 5 hours. Your choice. So I need to make sure everyone's going together. So this says store name. Okay, guys, this is really serious. Do not name it online store. If you attempt to connect online store to Stripe, so weird. Don't do that. Put anything that's not online store. Does it have to be an incorporated business? No. Can it be your name? Yes. Can it be Sarah's Blue Hair Wonder? Yes. Can it be Star Boss's Galaxy merch? Yes. Can it be the music of Dan? Sure. Can it be online store? No. Can it be CVS? No. Can it be Nike? No. Can it be Nike too? No. These are things that will not get you past this initial stage. So pay attention here. So I'm going to make one up. We're going to call this okay. AI Galaxy merch. See, that's like good. Now, this is important too. Again, this is not where you want your business to be in. or where you want to be. It's where you are. If you put like Arizona and you're in like New Jersey, that's not going to work either. Put exactly where you are. And if your business is in a different state, fine, put it. But don't lie. This is not just fill in the blank and hit next, next, next. Okay. So this is really important. So the company address is actually just your address. Unless you have a company. So I'm just gonna put like whatever, then some random numbers. Obviously, don't do this. Now, this is important too, because it lets them know which kind of onboarding to give you, right? So the one you want to say is, I'm just getting started. I'm going to be selling. So this is also important. This is similar with Stripe. So you're going to want to say subscriptions. If it's a subscription, again, depends on you. If it's a service, that's okay too, like consulting. If you're selling like books, music, Dan, video, you would want to choose this.
Hey, Ross, just really quick. I want to get a temperature check of the room. Many people that did the SaaS class, they already have Stripe. Some of you may not, actually, because you didn't set it up or it's not been on your radar. If Stripe is not on your radar, and I know you're on a laptop, if you can give us a waving hand, just so that Nick, Alisher, and Ross understand who has a Stripe account, who doesn't have a Stripe account, who knows what a Stripe account is, right? Not excellent. I see that Smoke has his. I just want to make sure that we're not leaving anyone behind. For those on the recording, Stripe is how we get money, right? And how we can give money. And so you want to make sure that you have one of those that is active in order to have these things connected. So go ahead, Ross.
Yeah, and we're not even connected to Stripe honestly yet, but we will be right now. So this is important too. So let's say you go through this whole process and you're like, you know what? I vibe with this. I could do this. So in the world, not so distant from where you are right now, someone could be like, hey, I'm gonna give you 5K to make me a website and do the whole thing. I don't want to do nothing. And you're like, okay. And then you use this, and you say, yes, I'm developing for somebody else, which is good. So make sure it's in isolation mode, where like you don't get to see like the actual data. Now, where it says, do you have a website? Of course, you're gonna say yes. It's gonna say, what do you use? You're gonna say WordPress. And then from that point on, it's gonna connect. And you're just gonna say, create and store for free. And then you look like this. So I'm gonna wait here, and you guys let me know. Somebody say I'm good, or give me thumbs up if you're here. Like this is the first step to accepting money for any kind of product. Are we good? We're good. Look at that. Okay.
We're
So
mostly good. Just a second.
okay.
Starboss, are you good, love? Dan, are you good? Kathleen, I want to see at least a wavy hand or a smoke signal of some sort. Jeff G, you have a question. I knew it. I see Monique. Awesome, Monique. I'm so proud of you. I love you to the moon and back. You are just up. Yep. Okay. So Starboss has not gotten there. So she's given us a thumbs down. Dan has. Jeff, why don't you ask your question right now, love?
Okay, I may have done something done. I shoved all the way through the sign up and questionnaire stuff and just left everything blank and got straight into the dashboard. But I already have a Stripe account and I can set that up with WooCommerce easy enough. So,
Well, that's good, but this isn't WooCommerce, number one. And two, you want to make sure the information kind of matches your Stripe account because they're going to be acting on your behalf, which is really cool. It's like a hybrid. It's like another layer of protection, even against hackers. And we'll talk about that. But so you're good. That's fine. We can always go back. But are you here at this screen? Because if you jumped on the highway and just hit next, 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 you should have got here.
Starboss Love, why don't you jump up into speaker
Yes, I
too,
did.
just in
Sorry.
case. I
And yeah,
apologize, Jeff.
Starboss, if you have an issue, let's talk about it now before we go to part 2.
Cordell, are you on the right page too, love? I want to make sure and see Dallas down there. I see Blue Pace, sure that everybody's on the same page. Sometimes we move kind of fast, right? Sometimes we don't move at all. We want to make sure that we have everybody there. If you're available to come up and speak, because I know that some of you may not be able to also, but it just makes it easier. Kathleen, your hand is up, love. Speak to the people.
I hit the right button this time. Yay.
Hey, can everybody hear me okay? Are we good? Okay.
Can you hear Kathleen? She was talking, Starboss.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can you hear
Nope,
me?
I couldn't.
Oh,
Nope,
got it.
yes.
Okay. All right. Just a second. You can hear me though, right? Starboss?
For what it's worth, I hear everybody.
Okay, good. If you can hear both of them, we got it. Kathleen, you go first. Starboss, you'll be right next. Got it.
Okay, like I'm on step 3 of 4 because Ross goes really fast. Just saying. So, no, I'm just getting started. What type of products, subscription, whatever? Am I setting up a store for someone else? Yes or no?
Repeat the question.
It says, are you setting up a store for someone else?
Well, are you?
No, but there was something you said that maybe on the next screen that you said, now don't do this, and then I'm going, what are these, which things?
There's a lot of don't do thises.
Okay, so now I'm on choose where I'll be running it. So am I going to put in my TSI?
Wait, where are you at? What do you mean? What does it say?
Complete your registration, step 4 of 4.
What is the question?
Give us some, okay, choose where you'll be running your store. You can add your online store. And so do you already have a website?
Say yes.
Okay. And then what platform do I
What do
use?
you mean? We're not at the platform part. Just get to this page. Step 1 it says done. Do you not see this?
No, I think I'm one screen
So just hit
back.
next.
What wants to know what website platform I'm going to use?
Is WordPress available?
Yes.
Try
I
it.
feel like a dork now. Okay.
Come on, Kathleen.
Kathleen, this is the part in Ghostbusters when they ask you if you're a god, you say yes. No, I'm just kidding, honey.
Okay, I'm good.
Excellent. So you're on the right page, right? All right, Starboss, where are you, love?
I think I'm just on the first page for getting started. I'm on step 1 of 4. So I'm just going to answer next. And then, okay, you said don't put anything but the truth. So that made me scared.
Yeah, so just like a full disclaimer going forward, all the things we do is the truth, honestly, when we're doing these things.
That's because lies are
Okay,
too
and
hard
then-
to remember.
Education. Okay. All right. I'm just completing the drop down menu. So I think I'm okay.
Well, get here. Just hit next, like a next ninja.
Are you seeing what is on his screen right now, love?
Okay. So it just says where am I running my store?
WordPress.
This is
Whenever you get a question like, where are you doing it? Just self-identify as WordPress.
do you already have a website?
You do, don't you? And by the way, the definition of website is something in a URL that you made and it's on the internet. So it's a pretty truthful question. And if you've never had one, you now have one.
Okay.
In week 2, when in week 2 when we had to post
Got it.
our website, that URL, that was a live link.
Yes, so
So
I'm on
yes, you
like a
do have a
page, find
website.
the right plan for me.
What's the right plan for you? Because I know the right plan for me. Which one's good for you? Starboss, come on, look
I
at
don't
them.
know.
Which
I
one's the
just
best?
want to get to where you're.
Zero. Pick the
Well,
zero
that's all
one.
I need
Pick the one that's least friction. $0.
to be. And I'm there. So
Okay, now just pay attention. We're going forward. Here we go.
Wait. Gustavo has a question. You got to
thank
answer the hands.
No,
yes.
Gustavo,
go
how
ahead.
are you?
Hey, Sarah, Josh, Cash, Mattia, hey Ross, everyone. Great to see you all. I have a question, Ross. I have
I did pick the
a
zero
oh,
one.
Starboss. Go ahead.
Yes, Starboss, I heard you. Yes, good. 0. Perfect. And I couldn't hear the other person, but haven't tried again.
Oh no, real quick,
Oh,
Ross.
good.
I have a website, a URL, and if, when we finish these 6 weeks, can I pass the website so you can stress level hardcore and figure out some issues and give me some feedbacks if possible, of course.
What do you mean? I don't like this website that we're building right now. Like you have one
No, no,
here.
no. It's a e-commerce I already have for about 3 years, and I just want your feedback after
Oh yeah, I mean,
stressing.
feel free to shoot me a DM.
Oh, nice. Thank you. That's it.
No problem.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else have any questions before we move on and click more buttons? We're gonna click buttons now. Okay, so the obvious next step is adding to your WordPress site. Now, in the world that we live in, anything that you have or want or buy has like a a secret version that's not public, right? So if you want to go get like apples, you can get apples, but if you go to your friend who's like the farmer who has the apple tree, better apples. So yes, there is a plugin store. Yes, it's full of trash. Yes, it has a lot of gems. But did you know you can buy plugins from various places on the internet? And companies that are amazing offer you plugins for free that are premium level. This plugin right here is premium level plugin for free, just because you have what they want you to call them, which I refuse to, just like Twitter wants to become X, and it's not happening. Just like eSwid wants to become Equity, so I'm just not buying it. You can call them whatever you want, but they want to be called Equity. But when you download this plugin, it shows you a private link that they have, and you can download it straight from here. Now, sometimes these plugins are premium and available in WordPress. Now, what this means is you'll be able to download it, but you can't use it unless you have the service. So let's say you found eSwid, right, somewhere in here. Like you went like this, and you searched, and you said eSwid, right? Let's see if it comes up first. So you're going to install it, but if you install this and you don't have eSwid, it will not work. It actually connects directly to the platform. So we're gonna go ahead and activate this. So all I did was I went to plugins, I searched eSwid, and I activated it. Now if I go back to my dashboard, I did this already. So now I can go back and I can do the check. So it wants me to also activate it too. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go here, look, connect your store. You see this? I'm not even gonna log in. Just literally gonna click it. I'm gonna say yes, yes to this. Thank you. It's gonna, on behalf of us, create customers, create stores, and it's gonna actually create everything in the dashboard of eSwid in WordPress now. Look, guys, I'm on the same page now. Yes to this. Thank you. So now you should be able to see the same page again. instead of on Eastwood, you're now in WordPress. Does that make sense? So tell me if you're in your WordPress, you now have Eastwood, it's been activated and linked. That's really important.
Your page should have the top box checked off as a green. So you can see that this is not the same exact page as it was a couple seconds ago. You have that top thing. Yep. Before he moved it. But yes. So you see that, yay, it's done. So you're going to systematically, be able to tell the difference.
So the steps are: 1, go to plugins, search Eastwood, download, activate, sync, and then you're here. It's very, very simple. If you have an issue, come be a speaker. Now, a few things about this. 1, they take nothing from you, like 0 thing. So by the end of this, the products you sell will go out at 2.3% or something like that. That's what you pay, which is Stripe. You pay Eastwood nothing, actually. And they get to basically manage Stripe with a beautiful UI for you. So you set the rules and the taxes in Eastwood, and it teleports it to Stripe, which normally you would need code to do. It provides a really nice interface between you and Stripe, because you to Stripe is just like an API key right now. There's no like clicky buttons to like do things. Taxes get auto calculated on Stripe, and sometimes it auto calculates wrong because you did not put in every single state in the US. See a funny thing? Very easy to do that. Stripe will let you make this mistake. This mistake will land you in hot water, tax season. Eastwood will prevent this mistake automatically. And they have the best support. Really, really, really good support. And they support multiple payment gateways, which means if Stripe and you get into a fight, you can switch to PayPal and switch to 100 other places. So your data, your customers, everything is safe. It does handle things like I put it in the shopping cart and I didn't check out and I go to exit the page. Like it's fully featured. So as you guys sign up, just a quick little overview. By the time you're done, you'll be able to sell on things like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all kinds of stuff. So, and this is all on free tier, by the way. Insane. So let's just give everyone a second. Raise your hand if you did not make the connection. If you know you did it right, you've left eastwood.com, you're now on your website, and you have this 17% situation happening. I don't know if quiet is good.
Well, it's just hard for them to go from phone.
No, I know.
to
I'm gonna wait. I want to know. So, like, if you're like really confused, we have to
Excellent.
know.
We've got Karis and Kathleen, a definite. I'm still waiting for a thumbs up from Smoke, Jeff, and Starboss. I see Morgan says, yeah, okay, Epic, or Smoke, sorry, Epic. I'm going to continue to screw that one up.
That's all good.
All right, we've got Monique that is not there yet. So she gave us a thumbs down. I don't know. Dallas, are you all set? And Cordell, are you all set, loves? I'm not sure if they're able to get back to the phone in time. I do see a good job, Madison. I see you have a thumbs up down there too. I do see some new faces, which is very interesting to me. I'm hoping that you are feeling welcome in our classroom this evening. If you haven't set up or been here for the previous 3 weeks, you're still welcome to come by and listen in and just see what we're doing in this open kind of digital makerspace. If you are starting a business or wanting to pitch something, definitely come back and visit us on Saturday. Many of the people here are building, and I hope each and every one of you sign up for that opportunity to tell the rest of the world about what you're building. So I wanted to welcome you to the crew today, and to our other listeners in the anonymous mode. We have a lot of young makers. We have a lot of folks from academia, etc., that sit in, and sometimes some of the presidents of the corporations that have gifted you your wonderful things, your digital stuff, in the digital backpack. I also want to make sure that each of you are logged into the Slack channel. I know this is many open tabs, and for some of you, it's a little overwhelming, but the Slack channel is where you're going to pick up stuff, right? That's where your friends are, your classroom is. This is where you have all of your desk and your materials that go into that digital backpack. So just make sure that you're all in there too. I'm not seeing quite everybody, but hopefully if you do not have a link, you are DMing the Tech in Schools. You see their icon or PFP or avatar, depending on when you signed up for Twitter and what you call it. Alisher is also in the listening audience where you can tag and bug him as well. So I think we're all good. Monique, thumbs up yet, love?
Hopefully.
I hope so too. I'm not seeing anything one way or
Okay.
the other.
That's okay. We'll just move on. It's easy. We can always go back. Okay. So, guys, this is the cool part. So, once you're here in WordPress, that means everything now exists in WordPress, which is cool because now we don't have to go to two different places. So, we can go to click this button, and you see how like there's these things here. Who sees products, DJ courses? I don't know what you guys see. Maybe you guys see different things. Raise your hand and tell me what you see here. I see DJ courses. What do you see?
Hey, this is Karis. Where are you pointing to that we're supposed to see what again? You see
I
DJ
clicked
courses?
option 3, ads, products, or services. When you click the third thing from the to-do list, you should get to something. What do you
Oh,
see?
third thing. Okay. Let me. The second thing didn't have a big check mark by it yet, so I'll do that first.
Well, no, don't worry about it. So
Okay.
here's the thing. Sometimes in this world that you're about to do stuff in and play around in,
Skip.
you can get what's known as a false positive, right? In code, it's not so bad. In real life, there's a slew of situations that it's bad, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I
But
get
really, you did do that because let's think about this, guys, really quick. You're on your WordPress in Eastwood. How dare it tell you you didn't do that? How is that possible? So you can just ignore it because it's
Okay.
wrong.
Okay, so then I click on the third thing, and I am seeing products like
DJ?
yellow fluffy sweater, things
Ooh,
like that.
fluffy sweaters. Okay. So you're good. We're going to talk about what to do there. So, everyone, are you like Karis and me? You know, I have DJ equipment and stuff. Karis is selling sweaters. If you're good, we're going to move on. But if you're not seeing this, you really, really want to jump up and talk. It's really important.
Monique, can I see a thumbs up, love? And Stephanie, I see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome to class. Hopefully, we can get you caught up real quick in terms of making sure we have everybody on the same page. I'm still not seeing a thumbs up, Monique. I want to make sure because I don't want you to get frustrated. I think we all have different products. I don't have DJ.
What do you
Yes,
have?
Hey, Sarah,
I have craft
Ross,
supplies. Which is really weird.
Ross.
But I think
Uh,
it's go ahead, Gustavo.
I was checking the website here. I need to make a huge implement because it's not available at the moment. I was about to send you the link, but I'm gonna work and send you later. So, but thank you for the feedback. And thank you, Josh. I'm gonna drop down and work as as hardcore as possible so I can deliver as soon as possible. Thank you, everyone.
Have a wonderful day, Gustavo, and make sure that you're in the Slack channel too, so that you can keep up with everybody. All right, very good, very good. I think we're okay. Starboss, did you want to give us a thumbs up?
Everyone seems to be good. Because we're going to do, if Starboss needs a minute, just have her let me know. But now is the fun part. So, Karis, you see all these sweaters and things? We're just going to delete them all. So you're going to go like this and delete all of them, all of the things. So it should look like this, totally empty. Let me know when you're all empty. We want 0 products.
Well, I can definitely highlight everything, but I don't see a delete. But oh, there it is. A big black delete button. Check. I'm on it. Yep. Boom. They're gone.
It's always unnerving when you hit the big delete button and you're like, and you take that breath. I know that I have it, and I know almost everybody else. You just go,
Right.
did I do it right?
Well, there was a whole, other options like clear selection, and there was like 4 other options that weren't the big black delete button. But there it is. I did it.
You're good. You did it. Okay. Now that we're here, guys, this is the best part. So you're going to hit add new product. It's your first product. Now, what you want here is one image, at least, a name, a SKU. If you don't know what that is, it would start as like 0001 for your first product. If it's digital, it has no weight. So don't ask me how much does a music weigh. 0. Unless it's a CD. Put a nice description, put a price, and hit save. Who did that? This is where you want to really think. This is not a demo product. It's a real product, guys. But a real product. Something you really are selling.
Well, this is my question, Ross, and I don't know, maybe I'm just pulling. Whenever I do a class with you, I have like a folder full of just random pictures because I don't know when I'm going to need them or whatnot. Would this be a place where you could actually create, let's say, if you had your art in Pixio, for instance, and you wanted to put it on a mug, what if you want to connect it to, let's say, a Redbubble or a Society 6 existing storefront, that merchandise that you're using as a print on demand, in which case you might not have an image necessarily at this point. Is there a proxy that you can put in there or a fake something that you can put in there so that you can continue to move along? Because some folks here may not have that product and they may need you to cheat and give them one. Society 6 or Redbubble allows you to upload and they will mock up your product. So you could have a mug or a t-shirt or whatever.
So no, but they're integrated with all these companies. Like they literally.
Yay. Okay,
Yeah.
lovely. But my question is, if people are freaking out because they don't have a picture to put in there, what would you suggest?
Put something. Put anything. Put an AI image there. But honestly, this is where you would really put your information. Like, so if I was for Artie, right? I would be like, I put a graphic and I'd be like, podcast sponsorship. And someone has the ability to sponsor you by purchasing this. And it's a really low risk, high reward way for you to do that without any overhead. You see?
So maybe for this class, you could have a digital.
It could be a placeholder. It
Yeah.
has to just look real
Put a-
because you're going to
yep.
sync products into Stripe. It can't be like test product, they'll ban you.
So for a test product or a proxy, maybe they could put either their PFP or a picture and then say a consultation. Could they do that, or is that no bueno either?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it may be just a 15-minute consultation with us as the designer, as whatever, and you can do it that way as a digital. This is perfect.
But we need an actual product because the whole e-commerce thing works on products.
Yes, I know. But I think the hard part, or the DMs that I have, are folks that were not prepared to have a storefront today. And maybe your product or service is not a storefront, but let's say it is a digital consumable of some sort. Having we're going through learning skills. That's what we're doing, is we're collecting skills. And you have to understand and know the skill. How would you build out a catalog of offerings? And that's what this is. So in many ways, you might not be selling a good, but you're selling a service. And if that's the case, you want to make sure that you are being thoughtful about your placeholder. And maybe that is just a really pretty graphic. Let's say your health and beauty. Maybe it's a picture of a butterfly. Or if it's something that you are selling, I don't know, coaching for weightlifting. I'm thinking of Cordell right now. You could have a picture of a weight machine or a dumbbell or, a stop clock or whatever. Let's say it is a consultation business. You could do that too. I'm just kind of putting those out there as ideas so that the folks that are stuck, that you become unstuck, that you move forward. Go ahead, Kathleen.
Yes, all the right questions, Sarah. But Ross, so I just happen to have a picture, one of my photographs that I did want to put in the storefront. So I uploaded that and I put the name of the print in. So I don't have a SKU, and it's going to be
You
a
got to make it
digital
up.
upload.
So it'd be like 0001.
Make up okay, got that. And then description, I could just put prints by Kathleen Bonsall for now.
Well, you want to put like a sentence at least. Just go to AI Tutor and be like, make me a description of a piece of artwork that is of this.
I have that in a notepad. I just didn't know how much to put in there. So
It could take any amount, honestly, just not like a novel, because then you could just sell the novel, right? That would be a product.
Okay, but I'm not putting in prices and sizes for this artwork or any of that right
Not
now.
yet, but
correct?
put one price, right? It needs one price. So put a base price, like $10, whatever it is.
Okay.
So like it could be a print like that, or like for Dan, it could be like, I'll make a jingle for your company, $1,500. And that could be a product. It could be anything. It could be Morgan making you a custom geode art, and you get to choose colors and things that she'll like glue on, and give her like an inspiration picture. And that would cost you more money than like buying one of Morgan's just already made ones. You got to really think about, like, if you're building a website that's not gonna do anything, right? Just sell merch. Super easy way to make some cash on the side while promoting your brand. But I feel like, honestly, internet, if you're going to use the internet, it has the best capabilities to help you make money. So you should try. If you don't have a storefront, well, today you do. Make one. If you shut it down after the 6 weeks, well, at least you learned something. But what if you make money? What if someone buys it? These aren't giant what ifs, right? Like, I help tons of people sell and make money online using this software, actually. And no affiliate link. Like, there's zero affiliate at all. They're just really good. Like, my own dad uses them for his pharmacy and online sales.
I will give you a for instance. When I first started as an artist, I had my absolute favorite piece of art that I had ever created, and I put a price tag of $2,500, not thinking anybody would pay for it, that I was just going to have it on my website. And sure enough, someone did. It was like the hardest moment. So when you are thinking about pricing, especially the things that you are building, try to think, this is for real. Yes, you're making a mock-up and things can be changed, et cetera, et cetera. But also, you know, be mindful. Don't lowball it. If you're going to be a consultant, you know, then make sure you're charging exactly what you are going to charge, right? Don't skip over this piece of the puzzle and then just kind of put it in there. One of the other things, I know this sounds silly, but um, there is a lot to mood boards and shooting for the stars. There are a lot of people that will put in their goal as their password to their phone because every time they have to log in or whatever, they're thinking of that goal. I want to lose, 50 pounds, or I want to, go to Switzerland, or I want to, whatever it is. I want to make $500,000 next year, right? Those are the kinds of things that you think about. And when you put this into writing, you are putting it out into the universe. This is not hooey, new agey, whatever. it is the fact that you are legitimately putting a price tag of value on your time and effort. This is week 4, right? And why are you here? We've talked about it for the past 3 weeks. Why are you here? Well, hopefully it's to profit in some way from your labor, whatever that is. If it's a good or service, if it's, you know, building. For me, I'm not selling anything necessarily, but it's going to be a nonprofit in one way, shape, matter, or form. It'll change as I go, but it's definitely worth my time and energy. And I'm going to make sure that it does have a gift shop. Why? Because nonprofits need money too, right? So think about that as you are, you know, marinating on what it is that you're going to put in this spot, because it does matter, and why you're here does matter. You are investing in yourself, you're hacking your own education, and you are putting something out to the universe, something that's living, breathing, and awesome. And your ideas, your input, your output, they all have value. So really think about it and claim it. Claim it. I'm giving you permission. Maybe no one else in the whole entire world believes in you, but we do. So claim it.
And honestly, if it helps you, it helps someone else, and you should like give someone else the opportunity to buy it too. And everything we've ever built came from need and something that like helped us for real. And it doesn't have to be software. It could be like a Notion template. It could be prompts. It could be images. It could be custom face swap images of superheroes of your kids that you use Pixio and sell for $50. And so you're like, I want someone else to pay for my Pixio subscription each month. And there's someone will want that. Someone will be like, that's a great gift. $49. 10 pictures of my cousin as a superhero for his birthday. Awesome. It's like the new age of digital gifts that you can get for people. Customized things now with diffusion. And I know it sounds crazy, but I've seen people selling, books, not books, but like short magazines about people with stable diffusion images in their own comics and stories. It's like a real product. Maybe not for you, but there's people that want it. And you can sell anything, honestly. Whatever you're trying to sell in the world right now as your brand or as you should do it the right way and the minimal amount of giving money to the company. So the company in this case is going to be Stripe, right? Everyone else is extra. So like Stripe's going to take their 2.8%, but everything else is super extra. And so what you should do is eliminate all extra. And all platforms take extra, unfortunately.
One other important thing. If you're going to be an influencer or make money here on X in any way, shape, matter, or form, you have to have a Stripe account. That's what they connect to. So, this plays many different roles. So, when you're thinking about your ecosystem in general, if you are creating a platform or trying to build a community, or you are trying to monetize your content here on X or other platforms, they use Stripe. So it is something that you have to be cognizant about and be serious about your business. There is the cost of doing business, but also there are ways to make sure that it is paid for. So if you are paying for, let's say, Pixio or My AI Tutor, well, you should be using your skills and talents and that tool to pay back into the system so that you're not deficit spending, because the difference between a viable business and a glorified hobby is whether you're deficit spending in a good way, right? If you can do the 1-800 justify call, like I have to do to my accountant husband, he says, you're deficit spending. Is this a glorified hobby or are you actually making a business of it? Okay. Those are the kinds of questions that you have to ask, right? And for a long time, it was a glorified hobby for me because I didn't know how to price my own artwork as a 20-something-year-old. But now, as a not 20-something-year-old, I know exactly how to price my artwork and to make sure that the things that I'm doing for these companies is, adequately paid for. So there is no more deficit spending. That's what you're going to be asking yourself in your head. But you definitely need a Stripe account. You can't get around that one. So, you know who you are. You can't get around that one. You actually have to have one.
Yeah, and I'm filling it out right now so you guys can see what it looks like in real time. So I have this AI generated from Pixio, this woman who is wearing a blue shirt, but also looks exactly the same wearing same shirts, which is really cool. So I'm just gonna try to steal, and you should not do this, but I'm gonna just steal the description. You should write it. Let's see if it says anything. Okay, so we'll take this. Good. I'm gonna copy it and paste it here. Of course, formatting is an issue. You can fix that later. So we're gonna put 0001. We'll price it at $20. Now I'm gonna save. Now I save this. Who saved something? Who did a thing? Who saved it? Sure.
Kathleen, you have a question. Go ahead, love.
Oh no, it's just saying I saved it. Sorry.
Nice.
Well, I'm smacking you. High five. Wait, let me do it. And smack you. High five. Now I got to figure out how to
It's
take
so
it.
magic of you.
I know, isn't that lovely?
He invented it.
Now, what's cool is you guys can put like the brand, that's extra. Options, that's extra. So like drop down for size, types, whatever. You can even include files, and it gives you really good SEO right out of the box, which is really good. So let's say I like this, right? We're done. We're good. Blue shirt, right? Now, how do I bring the store? It's a good question. Now, since we've been learning about WordPress, does anyone know how I would bring the store in to a page? Anyone know?
I'm not sure I understood the question the way you phrased
Okay,
it.
so I want it to be on our website. How do I do that?
Down in the left under configuration, do we get to click on storefront?
Yeah. So this plugin, not only did it help kickstart your entire store, but it went ahead and just took it upon itself to do the code and create the WordPress part so you don't have to use shortcodes. Shortcodes are how you would normally do this, but because of the amazing plugin that they've created, when you hit this page, who sees view store? And check this out. When you click it, well, you go to your website, except with a store. And here's my blue shirt for sale, live on my website. Seamless, no watermarks, and fully functioning, even with share buttons. How insane is that, guys? Within maybe 30 minutes. And that's going really slow. That's like you hit a button and a WordPress becomes e-commerce. And as you add here in your store, new products will add. But guess what? You can actually go to Eastwood, the actual site. You can also add products here. And you could download the mobile app and manage your store from your phone. It's so
That's cool.
deeply integrated into WordPress.
This is so freaking cool.
Yeah,
I
that's
am so mad because of how much time I've wasted in the past creating a silly grr. I'm just gonna say grr.
I understand your
Grr.
frustrations there. I
Go ahead,
understand.
Jeff. Just go ahead, love. I'm supposed to act polished and professional here, but I'm just like, whoa, I feel gypped. Go ahead, Jeff.
So, I don't know if I'm coming through.
You're good.
You're good, love.
Okay, yeah, because, well, I don't see my speaker going live, but it is on the mic thing. So I did that and went in to look at the store. I'm still seeing all of the a bunch of sample stuff, even though I did wipe out all of the samples the way Ross said to.
So if you've already got rid of them, all you have to do now is add a product. That's where you're at. Guys, who has, and we'll help you, Jeff, but who's got their store on their website? Is anybody where I'm at? Anybody see what I see?
I have the same issue as Jeff, and I've added 3 products, but I still see sample products that don't exist.
Like on your store?
Yeah.
Okay, so that could be Cash. Send me your actual link, like in Twitter DM. Like where the like your link /store. Send me that. Because odds are it's Cash and not real. So I'm looking at my phone. So shoot me a DM with if you can. And I could see because like I don't see it. So like it's possible, but it's more than likely gonna be Cash. Or you can post your link in the comments and I could check it there too.
I
If you
just
can.
DM'd you, but I opened it on another browser and I see the same thing.
Let me see what I see. Oh great, now it doesn't want to Twitter DM. Wait, you DM'd TSI? Oh, there it goes. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Okay, but where's your link? Show me your link. I'm gonna pull it up live. Hold on, guys. Let's see. I see what you mean, Artie. So, does anyone else have that problem, or just 2 of you? Did it work for anybody? And I would make sure, Artie, looking at your photo, that when you're on the screen that you see in the live stream, is there anything weird and checked? Nothing. Let me see.
I don't see anything.
Try deleting try adding a new one. See what happens. And I'm going to show you how to clear cache. That might be the problem too. Hang on, I'm going to it on my browser. So does anyone see their product showing up or no? Or does everyone have the same problem?
No, I'm good. I made 3 products and only those 3 products show up.
Okay, that's good. So it looks like when I go to click it, Artie, that product isn't there. So maybe it'll just take a minute, potentially.
Okay.
Let me
Artie, I had to refresh actually. I know that it sounded weird, but Ross is actually right that sometimes it's just you're seeing it, but it's not there. You know what I mean? It's like a phantom. And I actually just refreshed real quick because I thought, why isn't it changing? Because I thought I erased everything and then I was getting back to the regular piece or, the setting. And I thought I must have screwed something up, but I just refreshed it and then I was able to do it. And you can test that theory if you need to. Sometimes it's just wonky. And just know that there are a lot of folks that they're phantoms. It's just like here on X, is that sometimes we see people with their hands up and they don't have their hands up, or their mic is live and it's not live. It's just kind of, nope, it's not there. It's a lie. Hopefully that's what's going on with you.
Yeah.
Jeff, are you the same way, love?
I would also say try
Uh,
logging out of Eastwood too and logging back in.
log out of what?
The website with the store.
I see Sharon and Britta. I want to say hi to them. Welcome, welcome. I'm looking at all the new faces that have come in. There are some faces here that I know you weren't here before, but I want to welcome you anyway and say, hey, welcome to week 4 of the Innovators Think Tank. If you are new here, make sure that you're on innovatorsthinktank.com so that you can see the live stream, so you can see what Ross is seeing and what the rest of the class are seeing at the same time.
Also, Artie, we could try something. Hold on. So like Eastwood's connected here via like this link. So if you reconnect, see how like I logged out and it says open, and then it like re-authenticates itself. And then you can see over here, you can say sales channels, specify address, and you can also check this. If this has your old stuff still, then it's just a caching issue on their server. It'll resolve shortly. If it's something real, then when you're putting, when you actually put it in your website, so like if you look here, if I refresh this, should be connected now. See, store ID. So you want to make sure that's happening. And then you can see inside of here, there's like catalog. Let me just refresh this because I like selected it somehow. But you can see the catalogs here. And if your products aren't here, try deleting everything. See if the products are still showing. And then try adding one product. You just got to like debug it. If you really have an issue, they literally are a company and will support you and help you. This falls under the support that you would get for free. Like we're interacting with real things, guys. So if something goes like weird, try uninstalling the plugin, Eastwood, and then reinstalling it. But I want to show you some other things while you try to fix it, Artie, and I'll keep refreshing, see if it comes through. But I would say try reconnecting the store. So guys, if I hit add to bag on my product, few crazy things happen. So like first, when I do this, it does this. Do you guys see, who sees this little bag thing in my live stream? Do you guys see this? Everyone see the bag?
Ooh.
Okay. The bag is cool because look, it's like an actual shopping bag that you can have your users have. Like they can have that. And you don't have to build that function. It's just there. So when they click it, they can actually check out. The checkout flow is really cool. So here's how it would look. So customer 1 or 2 at blah blah blah.com. Checkout. Now look, see how it says pay by cash? That's bad. That means that someone could place an order and it says that they have to give you cash, which in theory is cool. However, if they're in Texas and you're in New Jersey, they're less likely to send you a package full of cash rather than and do it with honor after they get the product. So what we have to do is we have to head over to payment. Payment's cool because guys, well, first of all, goodbye cash. You can integrate with a lot of people. There's Stripe, those guys are cool. There's PayPal, there's Square, and then there's a ton of others. So like if you can't find one that works in your country, I mean you can. So just look hard. It's there. So if you're not in America and you don't want to use Stripe, don't use Stripe. Who cares? Use PayPal. Doesn't matter. Just use something. With Stripe, it's very easy. So you'll be able to connect. I'm not going to do it because the implications of connecting Stripe is bad if it's fake. So make sure it's real and go ahead and hit that button. That's going to be your payment processor. Once again,
To answer the question, I do not see any pirate money in here, guys. So for right now, no crypto. Um, this is a real site, actually. So when Ross just said, hey, the implications are major if you are attaching a fake site, let's say, or whatnot, you know, when Stripe comes along, they can ban you. So, and it's really hard to fix. So if you don't have a Stripe account, don't connect it. If you have a PayPal account for right now, that's fine. But no, I don't see any pirate money.
correction, I do. Look
Do
at the
you see
live.
pirate money?
Look at live stream.
I'm looking at live stream. All right, so then I lied. There is pirate money, and you guys can continue on those piratey ways, and keep to the pirate code. The other thing though is I do have a question. What if you abandon the bag? Does it have cookies that will be, if you log back into your site, your bag would still be filled, or no?
Yes.
That is so cool.
Don't abandon the bag. Don't abandon the bag.
No, we pump our bags, right? We're
Yes,
dealing in
pump our
crypto.
bags.
We're dealing in
But
crypto and
guys,
pirate money.
what's
We pump
crazy
our bags.
is, as you say, pirate money can be used and automatically sent and converted through this app to back to Stripe money, if you wanted to also. Or you can
Nice.
So I'm saying, yeah, they have
exclusively.
crypto.com.
Yeah, it's all it's everything. And there's guys, hundreds of applications connected to Eastwood.
Just so you know, PayPal has supported crypto for a number of years.
There you go.
Yes, but getting it out of PayPal is the hardest part. Yeah, and that is something else. I mean, obviously, we're not going to talk about pirate money, but the conduits, that means the on and off ramps are getting harder and harder. So, you know, just make sure that you understand the ramifications of also accepting pirate money, because, you know, make sure that maybe one of the plugins that you have is an awesome accounting software, you know, because you want to make sure your I's are dotted and T's are crossed, because there are many different rules and regulations, and you don't want to run afoul and have your site, you know, taken down for,
And
you know, nefarious reasons.
talk about that really quick. So let's say you get popular. So we're gonna use. Let's see, who should we pick on right now? We'll use Starboss. So let's say Starboss gets wildly popular. She starts getting thousands of hits by the hour. Well, one of those hits are probably going to be not the best customer, right? One out of every like 2,000. Now, if someone attempts to be like, how can we take Starboss's site down and get all the data from all the people buying her stuff? Now, let's say Starboss's site goes down, right? Just down. Hackers get in, it's over. Is it over, or is WordPress down? So in reality, her entire store infrastructure is backed by a whole different company in a whole different state, separated from her server. So her data is not only just safe, it's ultra secure. And this is not just, oh, this is what they say, this is what it says you get it. No. I watched this happen to my father, who had Eastwood, and it was like straight up panic mode, where hackers were getting into the site, placing fake orders just to like place orders. He calls me. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Call them. He calls them. He gets in 34 minutes, everything stopped. All money was retracted, sent back to his bank account via the red team, they call them, at Eastwood when something goes wrong. And it's so cool to see that they were there for him and I could not be, because it was out of my hands. Like now it's like a whole different thing. It's not just integrate it into WordPress, make it work, make it pretty. It's like, well, there's people actively trying to get in. So when you think about how dangerous the web is, eventually you're going to get hacked at some point. If you're big, if it happens, it means you're popular. It's good. However, it's bad when you're not prepared. And that's why you read about crazy things like customer data leaking and all that. So you can prevent yourself, your brand, and everything you build, financial wise at least, from that ever happening ever by using something like Eastwood or Equity, whatever they want to call themselves. And it's different than other providers, not only because of the support, which is cool, but the versatility that you can bring your store whatever web technology you have, whether it's Next.js or WordPress or anything in between. And I am proof of this because we use them in all the platforms. So no matter what language we build in, that works always. So that's like a little baby deep dive into what Eastwood is, why it's cool, why you should know about it. Anyone have any questions?
Really right off the top of our heads, just because, do you have the link, or is it, I can't see it. Just the helpline in case someone fracks up so that they can have it on a sticky note like me.
So the helpline actually is in their platform. So someone like her name is Liza. She probably sent you like 25 messages already. So just answer her and be like, I need help. Or hey, my products aren't switching and I used the embed code already. Or anything. Like they're a real company. And they have real support, real humans to help you.
For the folks listening in and will on the recording, one of the things that we have in the makerspace is called a triage board. And in the triage board is as much like Josh Hellman's whiteboard, where we have all of the names and addresses and numbers for, the various things that can go wrong. So if we're dealing with robots, we know, where Vex Robotics are. We know all of the different people that we can get a spare part from. It's very smart for folks to have one of these at their house. If you're going to be running, if you're a solopreneur and you are the hub of everything, making sure you have a triage board. Now you're not putting all of your secret, websites and or seed phrases or all of the passwords everywhere, but it can happen in the blink of an eye, and ultimately your reputation is on the line, and you want to safeguard your client's information as best as you can. And so those are the kinds of things that you do think about when we're building these things. So that is why I asked Ross, is that, yeah, Liza's going to tell us everything. Introduce yourself. Say, hey, I'm a new customer. I know I'm small potatoes now, but when I get big, can you help me?
Oh, and
Those
Liza's
kinds of
probably
things.
totally not real, but there's someone real that
Exactly.
like when you answer Liza, it's real. Like someone will answer you.
Well, those AIs will also keep track of you really well, much better than a human will. So there it is.
But it's a very easy way to get online and have a store. I can tell you right away, it's probably one of the easiest ways to make a store. And when I say easy, my judge on easy is three things. One, I can put a new product in there in less than 5 seconds, right? In a time when I need to put a product. It'll be live on all platforms that Eastwood's integrated in. So if I have 17 websites with this store, all 17 get updated in real time. In addition, I can manage all my customers. I can manage even customers that are not paying anything. They, of course, can get their own coupon codes if I need to. I can manage. I can then take that list and send it to MailChimp automatically or Beehive or whatever. And it takes care of all the security of the website. So no one can hack it. No one can get any customer data, credit cards, financial stuff, none of that. And their support when I need help. Those are like, that's what makes it easy for me to use because I don't want to have to like fiddle with options and like I code all day long. Do you think I want to code again for your app that's like kind of broken? No.
No.
I don't even want to do anything. Like if I have to do anything that's beyond customer, I'm out. Like I'm out. Like if it's beyond the standard customer, like when I first used products, I'm not Ross, like someone who knows everything, who can figure out what's wrong. I use it as a regular person, and if it doesn't fit me, it doesn't fit me. That's it. Like, I'm not going to go deep. It's nothing crazy. It's not like diffusion models where it's like so crazy you have to learn about it. It's a store. If I can't make a product and put it live in like a minute, what's the point of you? Go away. You're not getting my time or my money. But this one, I mean, they do get my money because, I mean, come on, $15 a month is nothing. To get like all the features is crazy. But you could do it for free for 10 products, which is more than enough for like all of you, most likely. So, and you could rotate them, right? You can like delete a product and put a new one. You're not just locked. You're just locked to like 10 concurrent products. And then we're going to learn about another way to do it. But here's the thing, guys. If you go the other way, you have to worry about hackers, security, DDoS attacks, all that stuff. So it's like the peace of mind for me is where Eastwood just like takes the cake.
For right now, I do know a lot of you are struggling, right? So let's just say what Ross said, you have 10 items and you can switch them out. What you're going to do is have limited editions. So you will have a set end date for those items that you are offering, and then you just change them up. And so you're also creating a scarcity. So for your customers and whatnot, you have those kinds of deals that you can kind of update, and you're constantly, you know, refreshing your storefront, whether it's on Etsy or, fill in the blank, whatever. These are the kinds of things that you can think about. So maybe you've been playing in Pixio and you have a bunch of really cool images, or you've scanned a whole bunch of images, snapshotted them from Saturday nights, when you get to play with a tool that no one else has, right? Those would be the things that you could upload, put in your storefront, and then just have them for a week or whatever, and then change them out, so you're constantly updating. But it is an idea for those of you that aren't going to be paying the subscription for a while, until you boost your numbers a little bit. Go ahead, Kathleen.
So I had a question like about subscriptions. Like if I was going to put a subscription on there, would that count as one item?
It's a good question, and yes, it does. But subscriptions are something you can't do in Eastwood unless you actually upgrade, which is fine. You could upgrade and do that. Or we're actually going to go over many different ways. So we're going to go over a way where if you go to a page, a specific page, you can't go there unless you pass through Stripe and you pay a subscription. So like we're going to go over that too, but it's not going to be using Eastwood. It's different. Eastwood would require you to upgrade to their business plan, and you will be able, you will be able to like have a subscription attached to a product too. So for example, you can sell like a bar of soap, but then you can also sell that same bar of soap once a month for X dollars. So honestly, for you personally, this is advice just for Kathleen, not for everyone. But for you, it's worth paying them their subscription so you can have the peace of mind and ease of use to do these things all from one place and not have to worry about anything related to something you don't understand, like malware and firewalls. So I highly would recommend paying their subscription. I would even go as far as hitting them up and being like, yo, Liza, hook me up with a discount. I'm a new customer and I want in now. And I want to pay you right now. I can tell you, I've never seen someone not do a discount when you say those words. So those are powerful words. Use them wisely. But I would definitely pay for it. Like, no, not even a shill. I'm a customer. Get it, Kathleen. It'll take all the confusion out of doing this for you, honestly.
Sounds like a plan.
And yeah, so if you guys have any questions, let me know. We kind of went slow. Artie, I am glad that fixed your problem. Sometimes there's cache issues in the universe of the internet, and it's like does not work. I'm looking at your star, Artie. It looks awesome. Did you connect Stripe? Because then I could show yours on stream how it's supposed to look. Who connected Stripe? Someone give me like a demo I can show the people where I can show them what Stripe looks like. Because again, I can't do it because I'm like actually logged into my Stripe. So right now I see on Artie's pay by cash. Guys, get rid of pay by cash. Pay by cash is crazy. That means you got to give them a product. You're legally liable. They don't got to pay you. Not fun. But if it ever, like Sarah said, clearing cache or like fixing the little glitch in the matrix, sometimes is refreshing, deleting, reconnecting, reinstalling. Any one of those rewords will normally fix your problem. Any questions before we move on to the next thing? Nothing? That's good. But seriously, if you have questions, come up and ask them, because now's the time while we're in eSwitch.
Ross, tomorrow morning when we are finished with the class, because I can't attach my Stripe right now because I'm using it now, and I don't want to compromise it. I'm deathly afraid of fracking it up.
No, you could do it. I just can't do it because of like our software running, but you could do it. You won't mess anything up.
Well, or can
You
I
can
just
connect
add
it.
something different like PayPal or whatever?
No, you can connect it. You're fine. I promise.
All
Like,
right,
you can trust
I
me. You're
trust
good.
you.
It's not
All
gonna do
right, all
nothing.
right,
The only time it will do anything is if you're actively making money monthly with Stripe and you have like a business there. Then you would want to create like a new Stripe.
I'm going to create a new Stripe. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, if you're actively taking money in or out on Stripe, you just make a new Stripe. It's so easy. But you definitely want to use Stripe. It's the easiest way. And Sarah, if you have an approval already, you're gonna get instant approved.
That's what I'm doing, Sarah. I'm making a new account.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
will get
making a new
instant
account. I
approved.
have it pre-approved, but I don't want to frack up anything that I was playing with the last class. And I am taking money in, and I think it's just for this specific, I don't even want to chance it. I'm going to make up a new one. And yes, you do have to get approved. So some of you may not be able to attach it tonight because sometimes it may take you a minute to get approved, but I can guarantee you, you fill in all the little boxes, you do all of the, CYA stuff or whatever. Is that the right one? KY. You know your customer, not cover your derriere. Same. Bunch of letters. Yeah.
KYC.
Yeah, I know. It just, you know what? My brain at this time of the day is just going to fill in the blank, and everybody's going to laugh with us. Jeff, go ahead, love.
Now I went through, I'm doing the setup on Stripe because I already had one set up, but it's tied to my Buy Me a Coffee account, which I've already got linked in on Twitter. But now it's asking me to set up a free account. So I guess I can't connect the existing one.
You actually never had a Stripe account, actually, Jeff. So what you have is called a Connect account. It means you went through somebody else who manages your Stripe account, i.e., Buy Me a Coffee. So Buy Me a Coffee controls your account and your ability to get money, which is why when you get Buy Me a Coffee and you get money, you don't just get the money immediately. Imagine someone just buy me a coffee and you look at your bank and it's like, bam, $50. That's not real. If it was, then you would have a Stripe account. But because they're managing it, they tell you when you get money. So in this case, you need an actual real Stripe account where payouts are daily. That means you make a sale, you get paid the same moment, direct to your debit. And it's a really seamless way of doing business on the internet. And this is stuff people don't talk about and like explain. But if you watch Stripe sessions and their recent event, they talk about all this stuff. You just gotta sit through 17 hours. I'm giving you the TLDR of why Stripe is important and what it does for you. Like, there's nothing on the market right now that does same day payouts. Like, nothing. They're the only ones that I know that are real. Like, if I hit the button same day payout, it's same day. Like, it takes 15 minutes. I've tried it just for fun to see if it's real. It's real.
I was just hoping that this might actually fix that catalog issue, but I don't think it's going to.
No, the catalog issue, it's actually a much simpler fix. You literally just undo everything. So go in the plugins, delete the plugin, then delete the store page, then restart. It's gonna work. It's the same reason, guys, why it tells you you didn't do step 2. Remember how it said step 2 was not checked? That's a glitch. To fix it, you got to restart. Artie, you want to tell them what you did? Because you fixed it. Yeah, I don't want to confuse them. Maybe I'm confusing you.
Yeah, I deleted the plugin and then, well, you disable it, then delete it, and then just re-download the plugin, add the plugin again, and reconnect it, and it'll show up.
And if that does not work, then I would say try a different browser, maybe, if that doesn't work. But that, I mean, you're deleting the plugin. So you're forcing it to resync with your products. And already, by the way, that won't ever happen again because now the sync is strong. So if you go make a new product, it should show up right away without doing this. Any questions so far? This is how you would actually sell products. So if you have a store front on the internet right now, or you have products you want to sell, you want to use this and set this up properly so that you can actually sell stuff. Because everywhere else takes so much money, like 30%, 20%, 15%, and it's just not necessary.
Ross, I have a quick question. You were talking about subscriptions earlier. How do you
Yep.
set up subscriptions in EasyWord?
So there's two ways. In Eastwood, you have to pay them more to do that. So you'd have to upgrade to like a business plan to do that subscription stuff. But there's other ways to do it, right? So we're gonna look at some other ways that are actually free. So there's a few ways. The one I just did with a customer, not a customer, this was actually a builder. Speak of so many people, I don't even know who is anybody anymore. Jeez. Anyways, so so we're gonna go to add a new plugin, and we're gonna search for Stripe, right? So we're gonna say Stripe. Now here's the thing: when you just search Stripe, right? It's like, what are you searching for? So my question to you is, what are you trying to subscribe to? So like Cash Money Kev, what would you buy that's a subscription? What is it?
I'm making a DAS, it's a database as a service, pretty much. So mine's a little complicated, I feel like, but yeah.
Well, not really. So you're selling what? Access to something that changes?
Yeah, live dashboard / map.
Okay. So there's a few ways to do it. So I'm going to show you the best one that I just used. I'm just going to now find it because, of course, it's going to be hard to find. Hold on. So let's say, Cash Money Kev, you actually put on a page this dashboard, right? And then you put it in WordPress. Then all you would need is to make a page not accessible unless you pay. To do this, there's one plugin that I know works, and it's free. Well, it's free-ish. There's a paid version, but I haven't found the need to get it yet. Now, if you remember, I told you guys sometimes it's really hard to find things. This is one of those examples. Like I know what it's called and I have a link to it, but I need to find it here so you guys can see. It's really like not here, like, honestly. But I'm going to share with you the link so you guys can see. All in Slack, right? So I'm going to make this easy on my life and just put it in Slack. And it's going to be in a link. And what I'm showing on link, I'm going to show on stream. Just put the link here. It's going to be in I did impact WordPress. So I'm going to bring it on stream. I put it in the channel so you guys can go click it. So this is what it looks like. But I can't find it. But this is what it is. and it works really good. So this restricts access to a page, which is what you would want to do essentially, Cash Money Cat, is not let them access dashboard without having an active subscription in Stripe.
Ross, I could
Is that
swear I
correct?
saw that plugin as you were scanning the screen.
Did you? I couldn't find it.
It's there.
It's hidden. Well, if you find it, it's there. If not, I have the link where you could download and import. Like you can always do both. But if you found it, it's called Restrict with Stripe, right? You can install it, and I will show you how it works. It's actually super cool. So we're gonna, and let's see if Kathleen's, let's see if she's right. You think it's this, Kathleen? Look at the logo.
No, it's a red
Let me
one.
go to
I
it.
just got back over there to look, but it had red on it, like the other logo you just pulled up.
Oh wait, yeah, right here, Stranger Studios. Now here's the thing. It says 20,000 or 20 active installations 2 months ago. Kind of looks like crap, but it's actually really good. And so I can confirm this so you can install it. Nice eyes, Kathleen. So we're gonna quickly install this plugin, and it's cool because it actually does a lot of stuff. But hold on. So now, if you already, let's make sure it's active. Where are you? Okay. So here's where it gets interesting. So if you guys already have an account with Stripe, right? There's this button. Now, if you try to choose your regular Stripe account, it will not work at all. Why? Because it's a fully managed Stripe account, but it's not managing when you get paid. So what you do here is you would click that button and you would hit, let me see what I see. So you would click it and then you would hit create new account. Now, it's not going to create a new Stripe account. It's going to create a sub account for this WordPress. This is how Stripe works. So hit create new account and you'll be able to go through this page. Once you go through this page, you're going to have on the right hand side of every single page a restrict button. And once you do that, it will restrict that page. Now, to actually have a product, you have to go into that Stripe and create a product. So Cash Money Kev, this is the one you would use to restrict a page. And on that page, you would put the live dashboard. Now, in order to do that, they need to log in. That's where Ultimate Member comes in. So we kind of brushed over it last time. We're going to talk about it more in depth now. So Ultimate Member looks like this on stream right now. So you guys can see. It's loading. Okay. So let's use the screen. This is really important because this is what's going to turn a website into like an app or a web app. Now, when you install Ultimate Member, it's a free plugin, you will notice that it may want to install and do things. So I'm going to uninstall it and start from scratch so you guys can see. Is anyone here making a website where people log in? Do an emoji if people will log into your website. If they won't, that's okay. You don't need this. So if people will log into your website, they need accounts, they need a profile page, they need all this stuff. So you can see I now have a My Account page, log out. So when you install Ultimate Member, you're able to set these things up. And what it allows you to do, once you have it set up, is so I'm able to click and I can see users, but like from down here, normal. But here I can declare what they are. So when they first sign up, what are they? Are they a customer, a subscriber? And you can do all that here. It's going to turn your WordPress into almost like a web portal. So think about like content restriction, content gating, content lockers. All this can be done on WordPress. It even could send emails out to your customers as well, which we're going to talk about in a minute, because that doesn't just work yet. We can also change every so we could change the template of the profile. So you can like go in Divi and design the profile page, and then it will work dynamically with everyone when they log in. And of course, there is so much documentation on all this stuff. I'm just showing you free tools that I've used in the past to create things on WordPress. That's just blogs or websites. And at the end of the day, it's whatever you actually want it to be, in theory. So does everyone know how to get this plugin if they want it?
Cash Money says yes.
Yes.
Nice. Now, when it comes to adding plugins, you want to be careful and make sure it works. So before you do something absolutely crazy, you can just go here and you can go to backups. And obviously you don't want to make lots of backups, right? But you can make a backup, guys. So before you install crazy plugins, make a backup. If it's good, delete the backup. Play this game and you'll never have a problem, ever. So far, and facilitate that, we learned how to do subscription locking of a page. So that's like one page. I go through the Stripe, but if you actually did install this and you went through it all in your product, what it would look like on a page. So let's say this was the page that I wanted nobody to get to until they paid. I would go right here and I would say restrict with Stripe, and I would say yes. Because there's no Stripe connection, I can't say yes. But that's what I would do. Anyone have any questions?
Ross,
Now
it
we're gonna
might just
talk.
be me, but your audio is cutting in and out. Love, can you hear me?
How about now? Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but as you're leaving your mic open, it wobbles a little bit. So we're losing a couple of your words, and I don't know if it's just me or not.
It's not
Do
just
you guys
you. He
hear
was
this?
getting kind of pixelated, like he's walking too
How
far
about
over.
right now?
It's not good
Now
right
it's
now.
awesome.
Is it better?
No.
That was
Nope.
bad.
No.
What you just did was bad.
Should I just?
Worse.
All right, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
You could try that.
Yeah. Well, for the sake of the recording, that's the only reason. I think most of us could decipher, but ultimately we want to have a clean recording for those that are listening, especially our future dwellers, Dave Meir, especially overseas. And Ross is en route. He is back coming up. Cash Money and Matea, I do see him in the audience, so you can pull him up. There you go. Hopefully, I mean, the audio has been really, really wonky. And for those of you that are in the Miami area and drowning, you're in our thoughts, definitely. Some wonky weather systems are moving across the United States. So, yeah, expect interruptions.
How is it now? Is it better? Or worse?
Perfect.
Okay,
It's
cool.
perfect.
So I wanted to go over these things because they're plugins I have actually used and I would recommend to people. And when people don't know what they're doing with e-commerce, it's an obvious choice because, I mean, it just takes all the headache out of it. Now, if you're looking at stream, something happened. I don't know what happened. There's been a critical error on this website. So I'm going to show you how to fix this if it happens. So for me, it didn't really mean anything because I just refreshed and it was fine. But we're going to see right now. I'm going to go to the dashboard and try again. So when you see this problem, all you got to do pretty much is undo whatever you just did. So you would go and undo whatever plugin you just added if you see that happening. So I'm going to go back and do it again. I'm going to go to my new page. This is why you have to name pages because it is crazy. So let's see, critical error. No, no. Okay, then we're going to click this, critical error. So if you can reproduce it, it's a problem. If you can't, it's not real. That's like the consensus. So let's say I want, oh, they updated it today? That's crazy. So I'm going to pick art therapy, get this landing page. So I always start from a template because, I mean, how many of you understand the Divi builder at this point? Who's still struggle/learning with what all the buttons do in the builder UI?
I'm not struggling with it. I think I'm comfortable, but there's definitely still a lot to learn because it's new to me. WordPress is new to me. I never had any of those sites, but I will tell you, there is a fluidity the more that you log in and dink around with it. You know, that muscle memory is really important, and consistently, daring to push the buttons. And I think is it Johan is the one that always says, "Well, I just can't help it." That is the one thing that I need to have more courage in doing. Is just because I already know that when I frack it up, it's a guaranteed extra 4 hours because you're going backwards. And so I'm very meticulous in terms of how I'm following the steps. But then I also go back, I listen to the recordings the next day. We have our kind of post-mortem on Thursdays, or last week it was Friday, but then throughout the week I revisit, just because for me personally, I learn by doing. So the audio piece or just following along, sometimes it is kind of fast and I understand that. So, I mean, for me personally, that's where I'm standing. And I think I would hazard a guess quite a few of other folks in the audience are that way too. But I guarantee you, just like the SAS class, right? There were tears during the SAS class, and I will tell you, many tears, not just from me or the audience members. It was just so frustrating. But as you continue to come in, show up, and look at the things, even things like other templates, you start to kind of figure out the lay of the land, and you remember where things are. So, yeah.
Also, small announcement. If you are trying to be in the running to get this actually for free at the end, if you're not posting links, you're immediately not in the running. It's not about where you ended up, it's how you got there. And sometimes the end result isn't indicative of the amount of work put in. So in order for us to see this, and of course, if you could care less, it's fine. You don't have to do it. But please do post your links and make sure you're tagging us when you're posting your links in Twitter. We need to actually see what you're doing. We're not going to scour each one for 2 hours and open everyone's cPanel. If you want to be in the running to keep your cPanel, meaning all expenses paid cPanel, you have to be sending us what you're doing so we can actually see. We are now in week 3. Is it 4? Week 4. That means 2 weeks left, and I only saw very few. So my selection pool is pretty small from what I'm looking at. I only see what you give me. I'm not going to go into all your servers, just so you know. Quick PSA.
Ross, you do have a question from Jeff, but it is
Sure.
also, one of the things too, real quick. When you're posting your links, it serves as a portfolio, right? This is also what you're not just documenting your journey, you're creating your portfolio of work, your body of work. It's no different than if you had a transcript through high school or through college. Many people, decide, hey, I'm not going to go to college, but you still have to prove your core competencies. This would be one of those moments that as you continue to go through. Now, do you have to show all your clients all of your portfolios and things like that and the little steps of the way? No, but for your own well-being, you should always have a transcript or an evaluation at different points in your journey, because these are things that may seem fresh to you now, but in 6 months when you come back to it, are you going to remember it? Are you going to remember how you got from point A to point B? And it also helps in terms of being able to come back and say, okay, maybe I'm not ready for the full website tonight. There are a lot of people panicking because they don't want to, they don't have something to put in as a product. Well, that's fine. But you want to be able to not waste Ross, Nick, and Alisher's time later on. You want to be able to say, this is where I fell, this is where, I couldn't get past this point because I didn't have the necessary pieces, but I know exactly where that is because you've taken good notes. You've showed him, yeah, you have a website, or you have that live link that we had, I think, in week 1 or 2, week 2, I do believe. Those are little things that you have to do. Jeff, go ahead, love.
I'm just trying to understand, where the heck are we supposed to be posting these links? I've never cottoned on to that.
Oh, I can help you. So you just go in the comment section, you put your link, and then you do @TSI_org. And that's how we're going to be able to see what you guys are building. And when we take a nice hard look live at the last session, there's going to be people that walk away and yes, I did say potentially there could be 10, but that doesn't mean I'm just going to say there were 5 good ones and select 5 random ones. If there's only 5 actually good looking websites that look like they actually tried, then only 5 will get to stay. It's all
Well,
for you guys.
the other thing too is, go ahead, Jeff.
When you say the comment section, are you talking on the ITT website?
No, right here, the little purple pill thing.
If folks don't feel comfortable with the purple pill, maybe they don't want to spread it out into the ecosystem of X, right? You're all supposed to be a part of the Slack channel, right? That's part and parcel of the gig. That's how you get your digital backpack full of interesting things, right? The plugins that we had from last week, for instance, you can post them there also, and you'll have an immediate feedback. So you don't have to, show your dirty laundry in the whole entire ecosystem for the whole public world to see. Although sometimes building in public is the most fun.
I would say if you're like entirely that at all, or somewhere on the spectrum of that, or just like straight up confused, just DM us. Be like, here's my site.
Exactly. There are many ways, okay? You just have to make the effort to make sure that
But I
it's
just
in
want
their
to
hands.
explain like what's on the line here, just so we're clear. This is not just a free class. It gets even better. Some of you will walk away from this class with a cPanel and a server that you just get to use and build on, and you have to pay nothing. You'll be hosted directly on a droplet under the control of the TSI umbrella of servers. You'll be able to manage it with your own licensed cPanel, which retail value would cost you $280 a month. And that includes everything. So honestly,
that's insane.
it's
$280 a month.
Fighting a good fight, and it's worth trying. Even if you just try for the next 2 weeks and just come out like with like next week, here's my site and here's like another version, you know what I mean? That's what we want to see. Because honestly, anyone could just click a website, right? And just throw hello world or import a template. But we want to reward you if you're going to put in the effort, even though there's like no reason to. Like, there's no one saying you have to do this. There's no like investor. We have none. My dog Larry is our biggest investor. And there's no one forcing us to do this. Like, this is something that we would do normally with kids. We're just scaling it up to adults, and we're going to treat you just like we do kids, even though you're adults. So, like, everyone doesn't win, and there's no pity prizes. There's free education. But we are adding a little bit of a competitive edge because you guys are adults and no one's going to cry. You're not 10. And I think with a little bit of a little competition, never hurt no one, number one, everyone still learns. So if that's what you want your everyone wins prize to be, you still got the valuable knowledge and you're here with us and you're still doing it. But some of you that went the extra mile and paid serious attention and took notes and have something to show for it, you will be rewarded. So just know that. So work hard and build something cool. Because honestly, there's no time like right now. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. It honestly is. This is so interesting to me. It's like anyone could get up here and teach you WordPress and go on a live stream. But no, you get servers and cPanels. It's crazy. So I hope you guys take this seriously and don't treat it as like a podcast or like some music to listen, some like not music, but like something to listen to while you clean your house or whatever. Do the thing that we're doing. Be present with us because the reward is great. Whether it's knowledge gained or a free cPanel or a server, they're both great. But I just want to be super clear at what is up for grabs and why you should be building this, even if you don't have a store. Build it to win and then build what you want. Who cares? Be present. Do what we're doing. You'd be surprised when you win. You'll be very surprised. Trust me. And you'll see why it's worth all the effort because net $280 a month is serious cash that you don't have to spend.
And just to add to what Ross has said, it's not just we're going through the motions, right? Or being infotained, because that's not the point. We're preparing you with skills that you are absolutely, emphatically, 100% going to need. The fluidity, the ability to kind of be fluid in this ecosystem. But more so, it's from tip to toe. You went from an idea, but you have to go to impact. That's the whole point. And so, yes, you're building a website. Yes, you're learning new skills. Yes, some of you are learning Slack, and you're understanding that, yep, collaboration is the next currency. That's what we're trying to explain to you, is that the ecosystem, the people to your left and your right, they're your co-collaborators in this, digital maker space. But not only that, once you've built this thing out, Saturday, we want you to pitch. Why? There are VC people there right now waiting for your idea. And maybe it's not a website per se or an app or whatever, but maybe someone is in the audience saying, you know what, I want to pay for that. Not only that, I want to license that idea out. That artwork that you put up on your website, it looks so cool. I want to sign you as a licensed artist. Guess what? As a licensed artist, one of those pieces of artwork that you make in Pixio and you put on your website, you get paid $1 a yard. If it's, fabric that you would use for clothing, or maybe it's a shower curtain at Target, right? You think to yourself, wow, that's nothing. Well, a licensed design that is on a shower curtain at Target pays you $10,000. So, you think about one motif that gets going and you can, license that and, distribute it and make a very, very good living. You have the opportunity to change your stars. There are a lot of people here that want to see you succeed, and we want to give you the right tools and let you mingle with everybody else so that you have the right network that's going to support you along the way. So when Ross is telling you this is a wink and a nod. He's not going to reveal all the cards, but you know what? You put it in the effort. Your profit exceeds more than just, a learned skill. It can be many, many different things. And I'll tell you, there are a lot of people watching these classes. There are a lot of companies that are watching these classes. How we learn and how we get educated is turning on its end. And, universities are paying attention to what Tech in Schools is doing. So I just want to put that out there, that we're co-conspiring with you to greatness. You are all destined for greatness. You just have to put in the effort.
Yeah, no, it's true. Honestly, you guys should be learning this. You know, it's a good skill. No matter where you end up, whether you have a job or whatever, if you do have a job, you just become more valuable. Um, and I've been sharing, you know, some stuff that has been posted. So if you guys want to check out some people's stores, you could. I think it's really important to share what you're doing. It's important so people can get like a frame of what you're doing and understand so they can see if it applies to themselves. And I think if you guys can master, like I have Divi theme open on live stream. So like if you can master like creating the pages here, everything else is handled by things like plugins. Like you just install the Stripe plugin, it worked. You installed eSwid and all of a sudden you have a store. This is what makes WordPress an awesome platform to build on. Now I know there's a lot of, I mean everyone has an opinion, but I've seen lots of YouTube videos with lots of people. I've been developing for 14 years in WordPress, and it has never truly let me down. And I know Dave's not here yet, but or not here tonight, but he wouldn't use WordPress if it was just hot garbage, you know? And all these companies like Wix and all these companies trying to sell you, Squarespace, another one, trying to sell you these things are just like selling you garbage. Because at the end of the day, if it's easier for you to use, that's not important. What's important is when your site gets 1 million hits and Squarespace tries to charge you $10,000. Not so fun now, is it? Well, because they own everything, they can determine what bandwidth you pay for. You don't even know what the word bandwidth is until you have to know what it is, until you went a little bit viral, or in your case, a little bit too viral. And in this case, cPanel would save you. You would be just saved, and you would not have that cost at all. So this is why we go through this process, because you don't build for 5 customers, you build for 5 million. And if your thing, whatever you're building is going to break across the seams and die at 200 people, that's also not great. And I'm going to go use the bathroom really quick. So I'm going to be back in like 2 minutes. Sarah, try to get if you have any questions before we move on. This is questions relating to plugins, things breaking, payments, any of this stuff. I want to
Just
cover.
go, Ross. Run, run, run,
I'm
run, run.
going.
Okay, please do. And if you mention my name, you'll get a good seat. Okay, so we've got all of that out of the way. Poor Ross. I know, right? So, for those of you that are in the listening audience, are we all on the same page? I know Ross talks like a caffeinated squirrel. That is his superpower. And I know that it can be really, really frustrating sometimes when it's something new. But I will tell you this, if for some reason it was just too much tonight, maybe you got stuck on the plugin page. I know I did last week. I was like, oh my gosh, I am a kid in a candy store. And that was really dumb. Do as I say, not as I did. I went and trick or treated for a long time and then had to get rid of a bunch of them as we go. And honestly, this evening, even, I really want to be cognizant and mindful about how I want to build my store. And I think a lot of people here tonight are too. So if that's the case, don't freak out. You don't have to have, I know we just spoke about the fact that you have to show us, what you're doing and post those links and things like that. If you're not ready to post it tonight, there's no FOMO. There's no fear of missing out. We have, the postmortem tomorrow morning where you can actually think, because sometimes you make mistakes. But not only that, you have to look at what we're building through the prism of your why. Why are you here? So I'm not saying everything has to be perfect, but at the same time, if you're not ready to hit click and send this evening, it's okay. I'm giving you permission to do that. Karis, I think you have a live mic. Did you want to say something, love?
I don't. Thank you for noticing and listening to my heavy breathing. I was about to have a snack, so I'm sure everybody wanted to hear that.
Well, very good. Some of the live mic things, I think we should have a show of just live mics because it can get very interesting. Some of my favorite online, spaces to listen to are actually the ones on Friday night late where they have the karaoke. And I don't know if many people have listened to karaoke, but they do. They come in, and the brave that people summon just to show up, and they have the music in their own ears. We don't usually hear it. And they're belting it out as if they are in the shower or in the car. And, everybody's an American Idol in those two situations. So I definitely get it. For the folks that are down here, I do see that we've lost a few and we've gained a few. So hopefully we're all on the same page. Um, is there anybody in the room that is actually excessively proud of what they built tonight? If they want to come up and share their win, if someone is struggling, share your loss too. That's okay. Your fails are equally special. We teach folks here to fail faster, because then you can get to the next step that you have to. So if you had a serious win tonight, toot your own horn. You don't have to come up to speak, because not everybody is called to do so. Sometimes you just don't want to talk to anybody. That's perfectly okay too. You can put it in the purple bubble, or you can celebrate in the Slack channel, behind closed doors with your close cadre of friends. That as well too. So if anybody on stage, Morgan, did you get everything to work out? Morgan,
Going well so
is
far.
it?
Going well.
Now, did you?
Sorry.
That's okay. Did you set? I had to set up a separate Stripe account, and I think you did too.
I did too, because I have my old ones, and I just didn't want to cross. I didn't want to cross the streams there.
Ghostbuster moment. Yes, I understand.
Oh my
It would
God,
have-
you and your
So I
metaphor,
was-
Sarah, by the way, I think back like a little bit because I have DMs saying, "Where's the streams crossing? How do I fix the streams?"
Ah!
This is
That's great.
Ghostbusters. Okay, for those of you that do not realize, yes, I actually have a very young looking face. However, I'm a 50-year-old Gen Xer. I am completely feral in every steps of the way. And 80s and 90s movie references are my superpower.
Oh
Yes.
God,
My
so close to the heart.
my husband is the one that knows every quote to every movie, and he is, instead of dad jokes, it's the quotes from the movies. And my kids,
Oh my
my
God.
poor children who have gone off to college, are prodigals, because they start talking about all of these movies, and their professors love them, but their fellow students are like, what are you talking about?
It's
What do you
so
mean you
crazy.
didn't watch Ghostbusters? You didn't bring up on Labyrinth or the Goonies.
How did you not see Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Exactly.
Like, come
I
on.
know. Come on. So
Also,
Ross, are
by
you
the way,
back?
before I forget, I'm back. Thank you so much, Sarah. The pizza was so unbelievably good, and we didn't even.
I'm
eat dinner.
salty. I don't care. I sent the boys pizza and a giant
That looks so
box.
good.
Well, it's Detroit pizza, and Starboss and I talked about this, that you have to have deep dish, right? So we sent them Uno's pizza, because that was the only thing that we could get, and it's super deep dish, and you have to know how to cook it. But it was supposed to have all of like the dessert tray and everything else afterwards, and they're not delivering it until tomorrow at like crack of noon. So after after class tomorrow, they'll have their dessert. But I'm
But
glad
it
the
was
pizza was there.
really, really, really good. It did take like an hour and change to cook, but it was
It's deep dish. It's
perfect.
worth it.
And honestly, we forgot. We just coded straight through and did not plan or cook anything. So it was honestly perfect. So thank you so much, because it's cool when it like becomes real and it's like enters the real realm. You know, it makes this whole thing feel less fake and more like we're all here talking together. And I know it's superficial, and I'm smart, and I know you're all real people. I get that, but sometimes in our mind, when we're looking at these little circle things, we don't make the association. And then Sarah's like, well, you're going to make the association today because there's box coming in real life. And it's so cool. So thank you. And we appreciate it. That no one really does that kind of stuff for us. So it's really remarkable. You're an amazing person. And thank you, because it is really helpful, because I was planning all day
Well,
for
we know
this
what a
and getting things
hangry.
ready and did not eat. Yes, don't want to be hangry.
We know what hangry means, right? First and foremost. And I think, you know, most people they don't understand that Nick, Ross, and Alisher have a really ugly sleep schedule. They go above and beyond to make sure not only that Wednesday goes on without a hitch, and make sure that we have all of that kind of curriculum, but they're answering questions in the background, and they're also creating demos for us to have on Saturday night. So when you think about the fact that they're here until late, they're going to be here first thing in the morning on Thursday. They have one day sort of off, but it's not really off because that's when all of the flood of AI stuff comes out, and they have to update Pixio and My AI Tutor and help all the students. And then they're there, and Josh and in the Innovators Think Tank, Josh, Kev, and Mateo and Luke's space on Saturday. And Saturday night goes late. It goes really late for a lot of folks, and 7 demos for folks. That's insane. And you give people the first mover advantage and give them a chance. The democratization of tools is so important. Having access to tools is so important.
Oh, speaking of that, by the way,
Yes, I was.
all of Twitter today was all like, "Oh my God, Stable Diffusion 3 is out." I'm like, yo, I've been doing this for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks at this point, and now you're all excited. See what I mean about first mover advantage? Like the whole Twitterverse is excited because today is Stable Day because it's the 12th, and it's the day that our models go officially mainstream. Now we don't have to secretly do demos with you during ITT because it was like not legal to put it in Pixio. But we've been like secretly breaking the rules and just giving you demos in a world where Stable Diffusion 3 is not even out. And today is the first public release day. And y'all, guess what? Mine's still better because it's different. They didn't release the full thing, not what I have. It's close though. It's medium. I have large.
Well, it's very fascinating too, if you notice the narrative. And I know that we're kind of going off the rails, but it's important too because you need to understand My AI Tutor and Pixio. No, this is not a shill space. No, it's not a sell or anything else. But with the announcement with Apple and OpenAI, the idea of hallucination and having multiple models be able to talk to each other to suss out the truth. And I kept thinking of Beam and even the demonstration that we had on Saturday night, where you had those models playing against each other to give you the truth. And that's something that's so important, that if you have a command of the tools that we're learning, not just AI, in general, you have to have a fluidity there, but a command of the tools gives you such a worldview, a 360 of the ecosystem and the landscape that we have now. After November of 2022, the world changed. People don't realize that, but how we learn, how we ask for things. My own daughter, who is 20, if you follow my Twitter feed or my X feed, they are now saying, AIing. They're verbing in Perplexity. They're verbing ChatGPT. They're not Googling anymore, folks, because Google doesn't give them their answers. They are going to different ways to find their information. And the vernacular, the lexicon is switching right in front of our eyes. And we're sitting here at the crossroads of history. And so, it is something very, very fascinating to watch from the cheap seats.
And I also want to tell you guys, I almost forgot, like, yeah, it's hard, the SaaS. What did you think? It was going to be easy? If it was easy, everyone would do it. But it's not. It's a little bit of work. But when I say a little bit, I mean literally a little bit. Like once you understand what's going on, it's not a crazy amount of work. But the thing is, everything that's happening around you is Vercel, Next.js, everything. You want to watch TV? Well, enjoy Vercel. You want to use OpenAI? Enjoy Vercel. You want to use AI Tutor? Well, enjoy Vercel. You want to use Pixio? Enjoy Vercel. You want to read the Wall Street Journal? Enjoy Vercel. And then when you want to go to the White House, well, that's on WordPress. So it's not just we're just picking things we're good at. we're picking things that exist IRL. So like when you go out into this world, these things you're learning are like coexisting and exist in the world with you. So anytime you're talking about like web design or anything like that, if you just name drop Next.js and you say, oh, you should use Next.js, and they're like, are you a developer? Like, no, but Netflix runs on Next.js. Why can't we? Tell the developer, like, let's go. Like, I've actually built a SaaS once. Like, it's not the craziest thing. So if he's telling you like it's too difficult, tell him to go to GitHub and use the Stripe SaaS template. See right there, you just brought value and you didn't even code. So you have to understand the value of the knowledge. Like it's the difference night and day for some people when they realize that you could, like, imagine you're talking to your friend and they're like, oh man, I really hate Etsy and that 30%. And you're like, well, don't sell on Etsy then. Did you know about Eastwood? They're like, no. What's that? Oh, you can have a whole store and they take nothing. Nothing? Nothing. Crazy. And like what I'm showing you now on stream is I had to pick an icon, but I'm like, I'm not even gonna go to Canva. I'm just gonna go to Pixio. And so in Pixio, I'm able to get these cool icons. This is like perfect. It even stays in style. See? This is what I started with, and this is like Pixio's rendition. And I could say 2 shapes overlapping, white background. And it's so interesting using these tools in a hybrid way together because now you can get really customized graphics. Because honestly, yeah, you could leave this, but who wants to do that? That's so boring. Make your own icon.
Ross, is that your dog that we hear in the background sometimes?
Oh yeah, that's Larry. He gets really excited. Like if one of you did like a doorbell sound, he would lose his mind.
Larry's the man. Good old LD.
I'm going open mic fucking doorbell 24/7.
That's not going to end well, Smoke. We want to be kind.
I was going to say, we don't want to drive him crazy, Smoke.
Larry is a good little dude. He is a very good little dude. He keeps track of the boys. All right. So now that we're all kind of back together again, are we all on the same page? The folks that are in the speaker panel, and I want to check out the folks in the listening. I want to make sure that we're all on the same page and that when we close out for the evening that we're good, because there's a lot of stuff that happened today, and you know you're going to have to kind of pick and choose and think about things, and I want to know how everybody's feeling.
Yeah. So what I'm doing now is we're kind of reiterating what we did last time, which is I'm just going in and showing you how you can change things. Guys, you should not be using like bad photos. Spend the time. If you don't have to use Pixio, use something else. Use Canva. Do it manually. You got to make sure it looks really good because when you put things in that look really good, it's like really easy. Like look at how nice that is, and that's actually right from Pixio. I did that right now. And you can already see it's following the design, but it's mine.
Karis, I don't know if you can still fix your tweet, but you don't want to say strip. You want to say stripe.
Yeah. I'm over
Right.
here stripping it out, so yeah,
Well,
it's fine.
well I think anyone could use Stripe no matter what you do. So I think it still works.
It
Now you have
does.
to do the bow chicka wow wow after
Hey,
you read her tweet.
hey,
Yes.
we're all adults here. It's after hours. Come on now.
That's fine.
No, there's some young makers in the audience, I will tell you, listening and behind the
Yes,
scenes.
some students do
Yes,
join
you have to be
the
careful.
ITT. That is true. Some of our students that are in high school do join.
Well, it's not like it's a live stream or anything, but you know what I mean.
But yeah, so like guys, you should not be just using this time together that we have to work on your website. You should be working on it the whole time. When we are together, I'm showing you like tips and tricks. Like if I wanted, all right, let's see who's smart. You ready? So here's this section. How do I save this section? Who knows? Who knows the answer?
Me,
Okay, how?
bottom right hand corner, click save.
Nope. That saves the page. I want to save this section for a new page.
Oh, I think do the little three tabs or three dots
Which
on the
one?
right hand side. 3 dots on the right hand side.
Blue, but blue, green, or gray?
Are you trying to do the one with the text in it through art?
I want the whole thing.
Oh, the whole thing? Top left.
The whole
Blue.
section.
Top left blue.
All right, what do I click?
Click the 3 dots.
Then what?
Then I forget. But it's all in there. All your settings are right in there.
Okay, so somebody help him. What do I do?
Oh, right
I don't know
there.
what to do.
Save to library or add to
Okay.
library, something like that, right?
What do I do here? Then what do I put in the name?
Crap, I can't see correctly. Oh, section names. Well, actually, you can can't you like twin it or morph it or something like that? Double it up.
Well, what do I name it? Like I'm here. It says add section to library. What do I put as a name now? I don't know what to do. I'm playing completely. I have nothing in my brain. So you guys got to figure this out.
Oh, you can
Jump on the mic.
You can name it whatever you want. Just put page number 2
I
or
can
whatever.
do anything I want.
You should be
Can
able
I
to.
do like this? Can I do caps like this?
No caps. No caps. I don't think. Because when you go to your PHP editor and all that other stuff way on the back end where I just surfed earlier, you need to be able to surf those files, but they cannot be capitalized, right?
Yes. So I'm gonna name it Smokes Template. So now what? What do I do? Do I do anything here?
Save to cloud.
Do I? If so, why? Explain yourself. If not, explain yourself. And anyone could jump and grab the mic from Smoke and help him out. You guys need to know this.
Well, if you don't save to cloud, it's gonna forget it. It's it saves all the important information, right?
I don't know. You tell me. Anyone want to help him out, or you think he's correct?
Well, it's
guys, if you jump on the mic.
It's clone.
He's obviously incorrect, right? Because I'm still talking.
But it's cloning it, right?
Yeah, but what is the cloud? Do you even know what that is?
No, I have not done the cloud yet. I think I just saved
So then why would
regularly.
you tell me to? That's so mean. You send me down the black dark pathway with no lights on, and you don't even know what I'm clicking.
That's all I know is rabbit holes. I'm sorry. I break stuff,
So
remember?
If you guys aren't able to connect with this question right now and you don't understand, that's not good. We need to go over it from the beginning then. Can anybody save us right now? What do we do?
Well, I'll put myself in the hot seat. We save it to the library because we don't need Divi Cloud because we have your servers.
Right. So you want me to hit the blue button, right? That's next.
Well, after you've named it, name the section. Yeah, the big blue button at the bottom, save to library.
Okay. All right. Here's where it gets weird. Now we're going to go to the dashboard. We're going to save this. Now we're going to see what to do next. So since you're in the hot seat, I want to make a new page and I want this section on it. So I want you to tell me what I do from here.
You want the header on it? Is that what you were asking?
Nope. We saved something. I want to put that something on a page.
Okay.
So what do I do from here? Who knows?
Karis,
you're in the hot seat.
You want to save the whole CSS file, right? You got to track that down.
No, see, you're stuck in a rabbit hole, so somebody needs to throw you a rope to take you back to reality. Karis, you're in the hot seat. If you have the answer, grab the mic. If you don't, we can get someone else. But they need to come up. We're not going to just pick people.
I'm going to let somebody else answer it.
No, you do it. You got to do it. You're here.
Crap, because I haven't done it that much yet.
So where do I go from here?
So from there, we want to go to pages.
Okay.
The panel to the left in the black, click pages.
Okay. Now what?
I don't see your screen change.
It's okay. It'll change. I see pages, and I see a button that says add page and a list of my pages.
Well, you wanted to add a new page, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So you've got a bunch of them that we don't have a title to.
Yep. So I'm gonna hit add. Now I'm here. What next?
You got to go find the one that you titled.
How do I do that though? Like, look at my screen so you can see where I'm at.
I see where you're at, unless it's dragging. I think it's dragging.
It's dragging.
Use,
Give it a second.
use your Divi builder,
Use Divi Builder. Okay.
and then click. Wait. Okay, that was my problem. I wasn't surfing with you. I was actually stuck on that other plugin. I like that one. Like Sarah was, boosting about it before. I like that one. That definitely makes everything easier.
All right, now, guys, if you see my screen, we got to figure out what to do next.
Stay in the middle.
How do I?
Stay in the middle. Stay in the middle.
So you say, Sarah, stay in the middle.
Yes.
So you want me to select the purple button?
Choose a
Always
pre-made
purple.
layout.
Always purple.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, because it's
Pre-made.
it's already
Yeah, you have to stay in the middle.
it's already pre-made, and
Yeah,
you're
you gotta
saving it. Yeah, you saved
But
it
wait,
locally,
guys,
right?
I am so confused right now
No.
because now I see all of these new cool pages. None of them are the thing that I saved. Where
Right.
on earth
It's
is
in
it?
your library.
Yeah, you had to, it's in your library, isn't it? Off to the upper left-hand corner of the last page that you were on. Maybe. I don't know.
So I'm here and I see no saved layouts.
Yours.
I see existing pages.
Try your existing pages.
Your saved layouts, right?
Yeah, your saved
Nope.
layouts.
No results.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't think we should be in the
that's a
Divi
Ross
builder.
problem. Isn't that that's a you problem. We should save
That's a
and
you
label
problem.
these things. If we were labeled, it would be easy to find, right?
But we did label it. It's called Smoked Template. So where is it? That's the question. Can we let Kirk come to the stage, please? I don't see him requesting. I don't know how to do it.
Cash Money can, yeah, there you go, love.
Go to the left, start building, and then
The people in the audience are
there
going to get
is
mad at
add
us, and
from
they're
your
going to start.
library.
Kirk, did you come to save us right now?
Do it, do it, do it.
Well, normally it would be in your saved layouts, but you apparently didn't save it when you build it. Okay, so.
But I did save it though. So
Did you
if
check
it's not
existing
here,
pages?
yeah, but if it's not here, where would it be, Kirk?
No idea where it would be then.
So if you look right here, if I go to add something, right, guys? This is why we're doing this. If I want to put something on this page, right? Or I want to create a new page. So let's go to my new page that I just made with you guys here. I have like 400 new pages. This is hilarious. Hold on. We should do 401. So, hold on. Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. So everyone was telling me to stay clear, stay to the middle, right? But y'all were
It
wrong.
wasn't everybody. It was just me. I was the one that was wrong. The rest of them were kind of smart.
Well, you represent the blue hair of everybody.
I got it. Go back down to the purple X in the middle. Click on the plus button on the left-hand side and do your saved layouts.
Yeah, but okay, so from a new page, right? When I first make a new page, this is what I see. Now, if I choose pre-made layout, I have to choose a layout. But I actually didn't make a layout. I made a component. So unlike layouts, components are individualized, which is why we're going through this right now and why I had you guys direct me. Because it's important that I see the route you would take. Because there's just one thing that you guys missed. So let's say I had a page already. This is a lot easier. But if I don't have a page, I can just start from the left and hit new page and make it blank. Now, once I'm here, it's blank. This is my footer. This is my header. if I go to the green button, guys, this is for everyone that was directing me. So Kirk, Karis, and Smoke, and everyone else watching. If I hit the green, right? Check this out. Hold on. So when I save it here, it does actually save a section. It doesn't save a page. But it should let you add it here if it saves. And if it's not there, then I will resave it. But I'm going to go through it one more time. But it's not a save layout. It's like a save module. So when you hit save, you can name it. See when you hit, look at my screen, guys. This is what happens when you hit Divi Cloud. Do you guys see? Do an emoji if you see this. You don't want to do this. So if you're seeing my stream, and this is what happens when you click the wrong thing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go back to the dashboard.
I'm feeling a tad validated here, Ross, since you couldn't find it. I'm feeling a little bit validation.
No, it's there. It's there. It's just in a different place. It's called module. It's confusing because there's pieces, then there's layouts. I'm going to show you the difference.
Well, it actually does make sense because when I was thinking around with making new pages, I realized actually in seeing your whole entire list of non-labeled pages, I had the same problem, and it made it very, very difficult to get back into what I was trying to do. And I kept having to find my layout. I had my little sticky note, so I knew exactly where to find it, but I didn't realize I was just causing a bigger problem for myself. But yeah, this is actually
Yeah,
much.
that's why. So what I'm doing right now really quick is I'm deleting all my pages. So you guys should do the same too. If you have a bunch of new pages, you don't want to clutter up your WordPress. That's
Yeah,
bad.
it was ugly. And that's exactly what my page looked like before. And I was like, well, if I just label one, then I know which one that is, and I don't know how to get rid of the other ones yet. But then
But
I
I'm
figured
gonna work on the front page here. I'm gonna show you how you can put it in. So I'm gonna go to my front page so you can see. Because basically, if you remember last time, like this section didn't exist. I brought that in, the one on stream right now. So sections can be brought in. So can full pages. So guys, check it out. It just had to load, but look, see Smoke's template, and I want to show you how I got here because it's not that it's not there or not working. They're just two different things. So you could take the modules and put them in a template, and then call that template from the pre-made pages. But for here, we're adding Smoke's template like this, a section. See how it's labeled section? See how it says insert section, not insert template? Look at the difference, guys. So now I'm going to choose Smoke template. This should be exactly what I chose. And there it is, Discover Healing Through Art. Transplanted, and if you guys want to see this live, head. How am I going to send it to you? Hold on. I'm going to send it through Twitter, but Twitter is like broken. So I'll send it in the comments in a second. But yeah, what you guys are seeing is I literally took a piece of a website and I put it here by using this. Import section, insert section. Very different than inserting page. Two totally different functionalities. But I'm glad you're validated, Sarah. Whatever validates you.
I'm holding up. It's a you problem mug, so I'm feeling kind of spicy a little bit. It's
We need those.
it's just written with with ceramic marker right now until I can
I
create
love
my
it.
shop, and then that's the only
Oh my
product I'm
God.
going to have is it's a you problem. Well,
I'm buying one and sending it to Ross.
yes, exactly. I also have the Prompt Daddy T-shirt, also
Oh, I love it.
available. Yes, yes.
I love it. That's perfect.
All proceeds are going to TSI.
Hey Ross,
That's a you.
why don't you tell us how that works when like doing bio sites, like when you have to do a bunch of bios?
You mean like if you're making like a page, like a team page?
Yeah, like a team page.
Yeah. So like if I was making a team page, what I would do, hold on one second. I just want to
Actually,
post
that's a
these
great
links.
question, Kirk, because we have a lot of
It is a
kids
good
that are
question.
on like robotics teams. That's exactly what they would need this for. Excellent
Oh, by
question.
the way, quick intro to Kirk. I know you're probably like, I haven't seen Kirk. So Kirk wasn't here the first or second session, but he came late, and I broke the rules and I brought him in because I feel like it fits with what he's doing. And I knew Kirk outside of ITT, so I figured why not bring Kirk in and let him try some stuff and learn with us.
Welcome, Kirk.
I was
Hello,
following
everybody.
Kirk. I'm glad that you're here.
So to Kirk's question, a team page. Well, the first move I would do is I would utilize what we have here. So because we have Divi, we're able to basically either construct from ground up, which is a little more time consuming, or we could pick a template, and out of the templates, they all have a team page, so we can kind of pick which one we like the most. So if we go here, Kirk, and you type team like this, there's a lot. You see? So this is like a streamer team, and what's cool is you can hit view demo first, and you can see what it looks like. And you can be like, I don't like that. And you go back. Then there's like softball. So it's like more like grid structure-y. You can even find ones that are more corporate, like travel agency or like SaaS company. And then what's cool is you could pick like what you kind of like, and then you could of course just make your own. And you could mix and match the blocks via what I just did. So like if I wanted to take this, I could alter these. But at least it gets you, I would say, more than 50% there, if not 70 or 80. And then I would manipulate the Divi blocks to customize and fit to like my brand and change things. And then I would save it and then put it in the menu, which at this point, everyone's menu should be filling up and they have a menu. So then if I wanted to use this one, which I actually don't like, or if I want, I do like, that's what we are, guys, TSI, the fire crew. So I resonate with this one. So I would click this layout and I would use it. And it would import just like regular Divi. But what's cool is it would use my universal footer and my universal header. So it wouldn't disregard my current design setup and my current styles. It would like sort of put it right in the middle because we actually worked on doing custom headers and custom footers that were not part of Divi. So now you see Fire Crew has my header with the AI Tutor logo and my awesome footer, but with this team page and some live stream stuff. So that's how I would go about it, honestly. And if I really hated it, I would just start from scratch. I would delete everything and start from scratch. And I would like make my elements. I would design it in Canva. Like it can go as intricate as you want. I'm sure you already know that, Kirk, in your use of Divi.
Yeah, it's just there's another approach which is just going into where you were showing us in the blocks within that little library.
Oh yeah,
and you can just like once you get a section made it has formatting, then you can start cloning that over and over and over again. So you can get like 10 or 15 bios and you can set up with any array that you want really fast.
Yep.
And it's like the fastest
You can
container.
even do
Yeah.
It's crazy. You can even make and this is advanced usage, but like you can make like a collection of pages. Each page is one of your team members. And then Divi can actually pool a number of pages together and use their front image as the profile picture and take the image, the data as like the body of like the bio. But yeah, there's a lot you can do. We're going really slow, Kirk, because I'm pretty sure like 80% of these people, it's their literal first time. By the way, a little bit of background on Kirk. He, after when we were talking, we connected on the Divi topic because he uses it professionally. How cool is that? That Kirk uses Divi professionally, and you're here learning it. He uses this. It's like his thing that he loves it. Like he's used it before we spoke, even.
Oh, this,
And when
yeah,
he heard this was happening, he was like, "This is crazy."
yeah. Divi is an amazing product, and managed Silicon Valley drone show for like 10 years with it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it it
So
integrates with a lot of
cool.
functions, including like there's a ticketing service that you can run that runs through like JavaScript, and you can integrate it with the service. So there's a bunch of services you can integrate together, and then you can actually have it doing fulfillment for like buying tickets to go to a show and that kind of thing. And just with what Ross was showing us tonight, you could set up an environment like that and create you know a place to enter in your all your information, and so you can get a ticket for an upcoming event. And that's what I was doing for quite a while. And then the crazy thing in the last one of the last years that we were using it is they added the artificial intelligence component, so you can actually generate text um, just from a prompt. So that's coming up, probably a little bit later, but that's a really huge time saver because you're not filling things out with lorem ipsum. You're doing it with real text that's related to your client. Then all you have to do is format it to the power of the client would like it. It's very wonderful. It's a very wonderful application, and the ease of use is extremely high compared to Oxygen and a few others.
Yeah, what's cool, Kirk, is a lot of these people here is this is their first time ever doing anything. So instead of them having to do like the normal route, right, which is like get WordPress, struggle a little bit, figure how to set it up, we're giving them you went through it, you logged in, so you see like it's fully managed infrastructure, which is
Oh,
crazy.
the power,
And they
yeah.
get
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, but you can build a back end. If you use the AI tutor tools and the some of the advanced coding things that are just starting to come out live, you can start to build out applications that have and use the runtimes, which are the applications that are available on that cPanel. So it means you can set up the server configuration, set up the exact libraries you need. If you need PHP, it's there. I mean, all of that is there to give you full applicational power over database management, which gives you the ability to search and serve up information on demand on a number of different topics. Could be everything from educational content. It could be product information. It could be service manuals. I mean, the sky's the limit, really. And then going on beyond that, you start to get into the territory of being able to build and implement chatbots, and that'll be really exciting. I look forward to having that discussion.
Yeah, we're actually going to cover that in I think next week, where we're going to take chatbots from AI Tutor and put them in, and even direct OpenAI bots. And I think it's really interesting that you professionally use this, because I tell these people that with the all access pass with Divi, you're able to build and rebuild and build again for other people and charge money. And it's hard for that to sink in until you hear someone besides your teacher, i.e., me or any one of us or blue hair over there, say anything otherwise. But you come in here, you're not nothing to do with any of us prior to joining this. Well, and the spaces I'm in with you sometimes, but you're able to like say how you're using it in outside of this learning environment. And I think it really helps people understand that we're not giving you tools that are like fake. or like not 100% licensed. Like this is a closed source license program. Like you're pay to play or you don't play. And so it's a really good opportunity for you guys to really take full advantage of this, because I'm telling you, a free server is not something that is not good, and is not something people get every day. Because at the end of the day, someone's got to pay. And as long as that someone isn't you, that'd be great. And so try hard. Follow these instructions that were like, these conversations are for you. Like a lot of things that you guys are trying to do, Kirk could probably do because he's done it a million times. So have I. But it's still the difference, still, even for Kirk, it's like, wait, so normally I have to work on somebody else's project with Divi. You mean I can make my own stuff with Divi and I don't have to buy it? Because when you're the builder, you don't own this stuff. Normally the client will get it and you use it. But now Kirk gets to build. He has his own license, which is super cool. I'm happy for you, Kirk. Excited to see what you build.
I'll try to build something really beautiful for you, man. Like I have a feeling I could probably do something pretty good. So, but
I'm sure you can.
But I want to encourage everybody here, like even if you're not new at this, the learning curve is really really small. If you figure out a few of these, how these buttons work and how to build the stack, in the layout for Divi, and then use the different navigation screens, it'll be very clean and very efficient. Um, the other things to just keep in mind is always maintain the WordPress updates for the plugins and the WordPress iterations. And if you stay on top of that, you'll have a very stable WordPress environment. If you get too far behind on that, then the stability will go down, and you may have to build the WordPress over again. So, and I've done all of those. I've had to do those, or I've had clients contact me and like, my WordPress is all broken. Can you fix it? So, then you end up backing everything up and then rebuilding the whole thing. But you can stay out of that just by having a maintenance schedule. And these days you can just like populate a calendar, log in, let you know that you need to log in and do those updates. Because they usually hit, every maybe 2 months or so, 2 or 3 months, WordPress has a push for plugin updates or patches, one of the two.
Yeah, no, it's true. I use Patch Stack, which is courtesy of our friend Dave Meir. We had a situation, and he was like, "I know how to fix this." He's like, "I use this company." I was like, "Where do I put my card? Who gets the credit card right now to fix this?" And then he's like, "You just got to give them $5 and join." And what they do is they send a bot to my website. They find all the things that are wrong, fix them. Then they go through every single plugin. They patch all the invulnerabilities that have yet to be patched by WordPress themselves. And that saved us. So there are things that you should know as you build, but you'll grow into them, so to speak, as you hit these problems. So you're not going to have to worry about like stuff like this stuff right away, but it's something to keep on the back burner. I also want you guys to do one thing before next week, is we need an account on, we're going to make a new friend, guys. And then I'm going to quickly explain why this is amazing. And again, I'm not affiliated. So you don't have to ask me if like I'm getting anything by you using these products. I promise you, I'm not, and you don't even have to listen to me. But if you do listen, I promise I'm not telling you things because I'm making any money. I'm not. In fact, I don't even pay these guys. You know why? Because there's no reason to. I love that. I have yet to hit a reason to pay them, but their service is so good because you got to be huge, like really big, to actually have to pay these guys. But the name is Brevo, Brevo. What it's going to do for you is take care of all the emails that go out between your website and your receipts and your users and all that fun stuff. They're going to handle all that. But here's the kicker. It takes around 3 to 4 days, sometimes 7, to get approved. What they will let you do is you'll be able to send, this is crazy, 300 emails a day. Do you know how crazy that is for free? Like every single day. That's a lot of emails for free. And
I
then
was
when you
gonna say that's a lot.
Yeah, and when you do have to pay them, it's like $10 a month, and that's at like a lot of emails. You won't need it. If you do, that means you're doing good. It's an entire funnel system with messaging API for text messaging, conversion, sales, marketing, and customer data. What they don't do is it's not like System.io, guys. It's not a landing page builder. What they do is they give you your own server. So what this means is if you wanted to make emails coming from tim@apple.com, you will get banned like the next day. The important thing here is it will work. So understand that it will work, but you'll get banned. That's how powerful the system is. And I've tested it for fun and got banned with that exact tim@apple.com. And they were super hilarious about it. And they were like, we get it. You're testing how real it is. But obviously, we restricted your account. I was like, I know. I was just waiting for it. I knew it was going to be restricted. I was just trying to see if it would actually send out an email from Tim. And it did, which means it's powerful software. And with powerful software, you have to understand just because the field lets you put tim@apple.com doesn't mean you should. And a lifetime ban from an SMTP company is not great. You need a good SMTP company because the other ones like SendGrid are horrible and they cost a lot of money. SendGrid alone, their free tier is okay, but their customer support is trash. Brevo support hops on a video call with you, even on a free plan. You know me, guys. I'm always about good support. I'm not even going to give you any money or buy your service unless I could speak to someone when I need to. If there's no one to be found, my credit card all of a sudden has nowhere to be found. So it's really important for me as a consumer that whatever service you have or you're offering, that I'm able to get help when I need it, especially like online services. Like if my emails aren't going out, that means my customers don't know what's going on, which is like a huge problem. That means you get AI Tutor, like you buy it, and no email comes saying, welcome to AI Tutor. That's bad. And so we got to make sure that we interface with systems to allow this to be seamless. And Brevo is one we're going to use heavily next week in creating all our transactional emails, from signing up to changing our password to purchasing and receipts and anything else our website needs to send the email for. And I don't know what you use, Kirk, but Brevo's pretty awesome. So if you've never checked them out, check them out. And it's just a website and it's free. So you guys want to sign up so it gets approved by next week. That's important. Does everyone understand that they should be signing up like now or tonight? Brevo.com. Brevo. I will even sound it out like my mom does when she's on the phone with people. Barry, Randy, everyone, vanityoval.com. Brevo. Does everyone understand the website? It's on live stream. This is what it looks like. You want an account on this site. You will need it, and you will need to be activated for next class. Because emails won't work without this. And our server, as amazing as it is, I'm not putting email on our server. We have this turned off. Again, for safety. You should never have an in-server SMTP. It should always exist third party to prevent misuse and bad actors. And things like tim@apple.com happening in real life. Does everyone understand? So today, we added custom elements on pages. We learned how to reuse elements. We set up and thoroughly deep dived into some plugins that I personally use. We went through how to sync a store live on our website. Most of you are already live. I see so many of you. The most recent one was Karis. Awesome. It is a real storefront. That's the coolest part. And then we talked about like different ways to take money, like subscription. And then we talked about different plugins you could add. And it's a lot. And you should be doing this every day. Like every night, 2 hours, you should be dedicating to this. Because if I told you that if you spent 3 hours and you could prove it every night, you would be one of those people that get to keep it, would you? And if the answer is yes, then you should be. You shouldn't need to be like reminded every day asking for like, show me a video that's time lapse for 3 hours of you doing stuff. You shouldn't need that. You should do that because when we're together, today was the first time, guys, and this is week 4. Do you guys, y'all, do you know this is the first week nobody asked how do I log in? It's like, it's crazy.
Ah!
It's crazy. It's just out simply crazy. The first week, week 4, first time, not even one of you put your little hand up and said, how do I log in? Not one of you. See, that's fun.
I'll keep your secret. And just for giggles, so you know, $3,360. That's what that's worth in terms of putting in the time to get chosen.
But this is actually the first time, and it means that you guys have came a long way. So I'm proud of you guys, but I'm not like proud enough to stop like annoying you about doing things and writing things down. So we're not there yet. Continue to write things down. But it really is cool to go for the first, you know, build a WordPress site for my data impact where no one had a problem logging in today. And that's a testament to that you guys are like, it's like you're following along, and the more you do it, the less problems you have. So if you're going from Wednesday to Wednesday and your eyes see WordPress only on Wednesday, that's a travesty. You should not do that. That's a disservice to you. Your eyes need to be acclimated to what you're seeing and the words and the menus. And that only comes with repetition. Think like going to the gym, like, but for your brain. You know, it's the same thing. It has to be done multiple times, not just once a week. Jeff, you have a question? Or is it fake hand? Real hand, fake hand? Fake hand?
No,
Jeff?
it was a real hand, but I finally got it figured out. I was just trying to get the correct URL for my website to get into the Brevo.
Nice. So you're signed to Brevo. Good job. And yeah, Jeff, even you, man, I know this is all new. Like, I know that. But what's cool is you're like figuring your stuff out. Like you literally had your hand up asking a question, you figured the answer out to. Like you're getting to, like all of you are gonna get to a point where you're not gonna really have questions about how to do things. You're gonna ask me, is this possible? When your questions are, is this possible? That's when it starts to get fun. And of course, that's going to happen. And those are definitely my closing notes because we're like a few minutes over. But I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did. You made so much progress. It's unbelievable. Like there's actual humans in this room that have a storefront now that accepts money with Stripe. And it's only going to get cooler from here. So next week, we're going to do more. We're going to do a full website build next week. So it's going to be 3 straight hours. I'm starting from idea. So I'm going to come up with one idea, and we're going to build a whole website, start to finish, and it's going to look super professional, and you're going to watch the entire time. And I'm going to be building. We're going to be doing it together. So you could watch me and do the same thing. And we're going to build a 5 to 7 page website that's good enough to index on Google. So it's got to look really good. And that's my bar that I'm going to set for this little project for us next week. You guys can do what you're doing and follow along and build what you're building. But me, I'm trying to do a full build in 3 hours. And I want you all to watch. So you could see how you could do this in 3 hours. But I don't mean just watch me. Like watch and be like have it on 2 screens or back and forth. Like be working with me. But I want to prove to you all that you could do this in 3 hours actually. So yeah, those are my closing notes. And by the way, everyone sending me DMs. I'm not answering any of you, obviously. When I say it's going to be a pop-up space, I'm not going to tell you when. That's just cheating. But it will happen. Me and Josh will announce it hopefully tomorrow, and you'll be able to like at least set like a day or 2 days in advance. But I'm not telling you what it is, so don't ask. Don't even bother guessing. You will be left on red if you try guessing, because there's like 6 of you right now. Okay, 13 of you that are trying to figure out what it is.
And don't ask me either because he hasn't told me.
Y'all are killing me. I've
Well,
been trying to figure out what he's got going on. Ah,
no, he knows I'm the weakest link. So I told him, don't tell me.
I got my Brevo registration finished. I hope you all did. Well, hurry up and get that done.
Kirk, I love you. I just think you're such a great guy, and I appreciate your presence here. It is just, it's fun. It's fun when you have folks that jump in with both feet and say, okay, I don't know any of these people, but by the end of it, we're all going to be buddies. And I just think that's cool.
Oh, thank you very much, Sarah. This is a great group, and the challenge of learning this new technology can be a little bit hard and daunting, but the rewards are definitely worth it. And you might be picking up these bits and pieces right now, but think of a future where artificial intelligence builds out these things, and then you're only responsible for maintaining them, but you know how to maintain them. So that's some of the key factors you're gonna get out of this, because you'll know how to navigate the functions, you'll know how to get into the features, and you know what to do with them, and then also how to prompt to go much further than that. So that's just a little look through the crystal ball into the future.
It's something you bring up a very good point. I heard this afternoon, that we're raising a generation of people that are going to be, this is all they're going to know. Is like, I'm going to ask an AI of some sort to do it for me, and they're not going to understand the underlying rails. And that is one of the things that you think about, is that because each of us are going through the rigors, for lack of a better term, it doesn't mean you have to be an expert. It doesn't mean that you're going to build websites, but you do have to know how they work. You have to know where the connections are, and you have to know the process of connecting each of those building blocks. Because when a system tells you to do XYZ, it's not always going to be the best answer. Sometimes you have to think it through and trust yourself. There are certain things that I've noticed that large language models in general, or some of the AI, they do hallucinate, because you know what? That's how they were trained, is to satisfy rather than get to the right answer. And it's going to get better, totally, completely. It will. But ultimately, those little proof of human bits to your website, proof of human is really important. That's what connects us. That's why we can all laugh together or cry together, or how we connect in a website, how a website speaks to people about us when we can't speak for ourselves. It could be in the content that we publish, it could be in the pictures that we've created, it can be in the experience that we've created on those websites, that makes another human being pause. And that's the most important piece of the puzzle, because we are measured in units of attention. And if you can get someone to pause on your website or your messaging or your item for a couple seconds more than your competitor, then you're going to win. And those are the moments where you kind of think through. I mean, I might not be an expert, but I definitely know the little bells and whistles. And if I understand that somebody else is paying full price for email, and I've just logged in and I have Brevo, that's an advantage, right? It's not that you're cheating, it's that you're using your skills, your knowledge, your know-how to have a competitive advantage over someone else. And I just think it's very interesting. So you brought up a great point, Kurt. I think that we're at the end of tonight. Ross, did you have any closing notes, friend?
I would just say, like, what you guys are doing is really cool, and you will blink your eyes and it'll be over. So you should relish in the time that we have together and all the time that you have all these tools for, because honestly, every one of you equal like $260 a month. And so don't take lightly what you guys are using right now. And those of you who make it to the end and make really good sites that look really nice, and we like them, and you get to keep it, it's going to be honestly a blessing for you. It's like a playground for you to build, and you don't have to worry about your credit card, which determines if you're able to build. And I think working towards that goal is really important, because even if you don't finish and you don't make the best website, you've got considerably further than you did from week one. And there's going to be more. Like, we're going to do more of this. So if you're coming in at week 4 and you're like, how do I join this thing? This is crazy. Well, it's going to happen again. We're just going to bring different things for you guys to learn. So, like, if you are around and present, right, you're going to end up learning a lot of new skills and getting a lot of assets and things that you can use along your way in your journey. All you have to do is show up to these really cool events. So I guess my closing notes are thank you, Josh Hellman, Cash Money, Kevin Mattia, for creating the coolest learning environment in the whole planet and allowing us to take our goodie bags of ultra cool free stuff and disperse them out to the people who actually want them. Because anyone could say, click this link and get free stuff, but that doesn't necessarily mean the people who need it get it. And this environment ensures the people who need it / want it are the ones that get it. So with that, you guys can do your closing notes and I'll see you early in the morning. Get your coffee. We're doing it again, but faster.
Jeff, did you want to say something first, friend?
Well, I don't know if this was the right place, but somehow or other, I seem to have managed to lose the menu on the homepage to get to the page that I've been building.
All right, so make sure you take a screenshot real quick. Put it
Yeah,
in
I
the
would just
Slack
say take a
channel.
screenshot and come tomorrow in the
Well,
morning.
come
I
tomorrow
won't.
morning,
That's what I
but
would
also
say.
put it in
The
Slack
problem is I will be driving my bus tomorrow morning when this is going on, so I won't be able to do that.
So just come into Slack and shoot us a message, and we'll help you there.
Okay, that's fine. I just
Nope.
yeah.
We could test out the huddle feature. I've never done that before. So a huddle is like we get to screen share and talk and chat.
All right, I will try and figure it out. Thanks.
Jeff, while you're in that huddle, make sure you're all sitting down there and you're sitting and chit chatting and everything else, but definitely take screenshots so that you'll remember it too, because I know it'll help you as much as it helps me. I do that for folks that don't know. I actually have an old-fashioned binder. I take screenshots as I go and I leave really wide margins. And part of the reason I do that is because a lot of the kids that I mentor learn in different ways. And sometimes you need to kind of tune out everything else and just follow along. And for me personally, it makes it a whole heck of a lot easier if I know what I'm looking for and I can hunt and gather that way. If it helps somebody else, cool beans, but once I go through it once or two, a couple times, it's old hat. But to each and every person that showed up today, in person, in the recording, in the future, you future dwellers, and to those that'll be there for tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we have a recap, right? Thank you. Thank you for investing in yourself. And I know that sounds kind of wonky, but the more informed and educated a general population is, the bigger and better things society as a whole can build. And so you taking the time and energy to hack your own education is building up and edifying your own local communities, your own ecosystems, your own communities. By investing in yourself, you're creating an opportunity to transfer your skills to somebody else out there, because that's what it is. To teach is to learn twice. And when you transfer your skills to somebody else, that's how you are adhered to the timeline of history. Somebody remembers you. You become a story worth retelling. You become relevant. And that's not 20 seconds of fame, but multiple generations of relevance, which is pretty powerful. So the things that you are building, you are uniquely qualified to build. It's your experiences, your understanding, your passion projects. That's why you're here. When you ask yourself, why am I spending time, on a Wednesday night trying to build this thing? It's because something within you says this needs to be built. And that's the universe poking at you and saying, guess what? If you don't do it, no one else will. And sometimes these things have to be out into the world for somebody else to take the ball and run with it. You don't know who inspired Da Vinci. I've said it 1,000 times and I'll say it 1,000 times more. We have no idea who he sat next to in the coffee shop. We have no idea what books he read. We have no idea what idea on the street corner he found from somebody else, that he took the ball and ran with it, and that we have been able to build upon now. So I encourage each and every one of you to make sure that your idea comes to fruition. And when it does, your ideas become impactful. That's why we're here. We're side by side with one another. And yeah, collaboration is the next currency. And you are all very, very wealthy people. I will tell you that. It might not seem it because you don't have two nickels to rub together, but you're in the company of people that are incredibly gifted, talented, and wonderful. They are going to spur you on to greatness, and they're going to inspire greatness in you in ways that you never believed possible. I know it because I'm a by showing up. I'll tell you what. I've been a part of Josh and Mateo and Kev and Luke's ecosystem for what, 56 weeks or something insane like that, over a year. I know, it's crazy to think about. And being able to watch from the cheap seats, Nick, Alisher, Ross just knock the ball out of the park and create something that truly is changing lives and helping ordinary people do and be extraordinary. So I hope that you all leave here tonight proud of yourself for what you've done, anxious for the next class, because if you're not a little bit scared, you're not fully invested. And I can't wait to see what you built, because it does matter, folks. It really does. If no one else in the world believes in you, I can guarantee you your pocket family do. So have a wonderful evening. I hope that all your dreams catch you if it's this time of the night where you're going to go to sleep. And we'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early.
Sarah, I couldn't agree with, I'm in shock. Honestly, those words hit my heart, straight to my soul. I can agree more with you. Guys, it brings me great happiness to see all of you bring your ideas to impact. And, staying here for almost 3.5 hours on a Wednesday night and learning here with Ross side by side, getting your hands dirty, putting in the work. And like Ross said, you should be putting in about 2 hours, every day or every other day that you can. Be sure to put in as much time as you can into this project so you can show it off on Saturdays during ITT number 57. So be sure to also sign up to pitch the website you're creating or whatever products maybe you uploaded today to your website. And it doesn't have to be finished, guys. Just keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be 100% finished or polished yet. It's just about getting the idea out there and having the feedback in the community empower your business to take off from the place where it's at. So with that, guys, be sure to set that reminder for this Saturday, and have a great rest of the week. And with that, I'll leave you with 3 words that I love, and it's Josh's favorite: peace, love, and innovate.
you.